Hello everybody and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Scene of tonight's game between Bishop Guertin and the Nashua North Titans. Hello, I'm John Collins along with Matt Neverett and Tom King. A team on the rise, possibly. Nashua North 3-3 has looked good on and off this season, and a team struggling in Bishop Guertin at 1-5.
Yeah, both coming off big losses against top 3 teams in the state last week. It'll be a week of redemption as Nashua North fell 61-19 against number 3 ranked Pinkerton, and BG fell 41-22 against the number 1 team in the state of New Hampshire in Salem.
Guys, when it comes to playing those top teams, I only point to 2 things. Take a look at the numbers. Look at it on our side here, but press box side, and look across the field at Nashua North. Pretty small numbers. And that's a big deal when you go up against the likes of Pinkerton and Salem and everybody else.
Bishop Guertin has some players to look out for, as does Nashua North. Correct, Matt?
Yeah, for BG, Sam Colantoni, it begins and ends with him on the line, and the quarterback, Sam Raitt, on the offense. He does a great job of really running this team.
Our national anthem by the Bishop Guertin Marching Band before tonight's game between North and BG. It was a beautiful fall Friday in southern New Hampshire. It is a pleasant fall evening as well. Weather not really going to be a factor tonight.
No, not a factor at all. I think the factor you're going to look at, John, is going to be speed. I think R.J. Jenkins, if he's in the lineup and can run, he's going to be problems for the Bishop Guertin defense. They gave up 100 yards to 2 rushers last week in Salem. They could do the same thing tonight with the way Nashua North runs the football. You know, Brian Montmany and R.J. Jenkins can probably pile on the yardage. Don't look for too many passes from Nashua North. I don't think they're really that oriented to throw the football that much. Sam Raitt, feel bad for Sam. This is his senior year, and it's a tough situation for him as a quarterback for Guertin because he had better players around him his sophomore and junior year. But Sam does it all offensively for them. Also, look at Brett Anderson if he's healthy tonight. He's one of their better runners. He's a sophomore. And Austin Hisco, number 5 for Guertin, the sophomore receiver. So how those guys play on offense could keep BG in this game. We'll see. This is a big game, John. Nashua North cannot afford to let this one go away because they need to try to at least stay within a game of Nashua South to have a chance at the playoffs. Their big game is probably going to be next week, I think, when they visit Salem. That's going to be their test to see if they can get into the playoffs or not.
Yeah, having seen Salem play this season and talked to some of the players that were on the field, Salem's to be feared this year, I understand. They are one of the favorites to go all the way.
In my mind, they're the best team right now in the state. I think that they, especially if they get Sabanda back, their speed back. The Maroon brothers are very good, but can they carry them through the playoffs? I don't know. We'll see. But there's a lot of football left to be played. We've got 3 weeks. They're ready to go downstairs. I'm ready to go downstairs. We'll see you in the second half.
Yeah, John, in last week, Salem against Bishop Guertin, 450 yards total, 414 of them on the ground. So for me, big key tonight is going to be which defense steps up, especially the big uglies in the middle. Kevin Maldonado went out of last week's game with an ankle injury. He's back and good to go. Spoke with Coach Lorendi earlier today. And that's going to be big up the middle for Nashua North as they allowed 457 yards on the ground last week against Pinkerton.
Well, you know, I've heard that expression, big uglies, before, and I know exactly what you mean. It's an old football phrase, but there's some good-looking kids down there. We saw
absolutely.
the cardboard cutouts as you walk in today. If you saw them, they have, I think the seniors are out there on the fence downstairs. Somebody did a nice job with the life-size cutouts of the players without their helmets on, and they're on the fence downstairs as you walk in. So this may be maybe seniors night, I'm not sure.
Yeah, senior night for BG. Yeah, they did all the pregame ceremonies, but before they got here, they said, let's beat John Collins to the ceremony.
Yes, they did. Nice job. A lot of players, of course, wearing pink. October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so good for them. We will have, as you see, North kicking off from left to right. North wearing basically the Penn State uniform theme this year. And Bishop Guertin in their traditional Green Bay Packers look. So it is North to kick off. 12 fresh minutes up on the board. We're underway here at Stellos. End over end and short. Goes off the fingertips of one of the upmen for BG and out of bounds. It'll be first and 10 at about the 30.
Yeah, and that was sophomore Ben Plumley. Had he not touched that ball, it was going out of bounds regardless. That would have been a penalty. Really wouldn't have made much of a difference in terms of the field position, but off of Plumley's hands and out of bounds, and we're underway here.
You got to see North play Pinkerton last week, correct? And I was at the South Alvern game, and I'll tell you one really interesting play that happened. If you're a fan of the rules and learning the new rules that were put in place this season in high school football, I learned something at the Alvern South game last week. We'll talk about that. BG will start off the game in the shotgun with man in motion to the left. It's going to be a quick hitter pass play, and it's overthrown. Kind of might have had his man open there, Sam Raitt, with the overthrow. And Austin Hisco, the intended receiver, had a leap, but couldn't even get a fingertip on it. And
Hisco's going to be a guy that they target all night. Speaking with Nashua North coach Dante Lorendi earlier today, that was one of the names that he brought up. Big number 5 and number 23, Brett Anderson, another name as well that they're going to be watching. And you can't forget about Sam Colantoni up the middle. Everything starts and ends on the line with big number 75.
Raitt is right back into the shotgun. There's some confusion, and BG forced to burn a timeout.
Well, this gives us a good opportunity to talk about the quarterback for Bishop Guertin, Sam Raitt. He's a 6-foot, 180-pound senior, all-conference, all-state last year, all the accolades. Not having quite the season that he would like to have had this year, a 1-5 record for his team, but did pick up his first offer from Mount Union, which is a Division III powerhouse in Ohio. And they win national championships pretty much every year at the Division III level. So for a guy like Raitt to pick up an offer from them back on October 5th, that's no small task.
Congratulations to Sam on that. And he's going to take him up on that?
We'll see. We'll see. A guy like that, you know, he's a great athlete, participates in a lot of quarterback camps, trying to get the name out there. But Mount Union is about as good as it gets if you're not going to go to the D1 level. Mount Union could beat a lot of D2 teams.
2nd and 10 for Sam Raitt and the BG offense in the first possession of the game. It is incomplete. Trying to jump the route was the defender, Curtis Harris. Joey Lupo, the intended receiver, and that was nearly a disaster for Raitt. As it looked like Harris had that. Was it 21? Yeah, Curtis Harris. He's listed as a freshman here.
Yeah, and he plays a lot.
He's got great size.
Coming back from a broken hand, he had the club on his right arm last week.
That's right.
So
okay.
He does a great job in the defensive backfield at that safety role.
Raitt, the straight drop on 3rd and 10, finds Hisco. He's got to run after the catch. He's got 5, dances to the outside, needs a few more, puts his head down, the ball pops loose. BG recovers, but it'll be back at the original line of scrimmage.
And a good job by Caleb Kearney, the senior captain, on the line of falling on that ball. Had the North defender picked it up, he would have had a clear open field in front of him. A 3-and-out on 3 passing plays. With a quarterback like Raitt, you know, you want to throw the ball a lot, but I was surprised that we did not see a run on any of those first plays.
Yeah, correct. 3 passing plays and forced to punt the Cardinals. From about their own 20, the ball flies straight up, and North just gets away from it, takes a North bounce, and it'll be at midfield, 1st and 10. Great field position for the Titans.
And about as good a start as you can imagine for Nashua North, especially after the rough one last week. Gave up 61 points to Pinkerton, and Pinkerton scored on the first drive of the game. They really were not stopped the entirety of the first half, so that's a good moral victory for the Titans to make a big stop on the first drive of the game. And like you said, great field position now heading back down the field.
Yeah, somebody in there made a great pop on the football mat to knock that ball loose on the Hisco reception. And sorry we couldn't pick out who it was in the crowd, but well, I'm sure that the North defensive coordinator is going to give props to that player when they watch the video after this game is over, because that was a big play. Hisco was very close to gaining the yards needed for the first down. Short gain on first down. Well, decent gain on first down for the Titans. Call it 3rd and about 7. And the handoff, around end goes Sam Nichols. Nichols has a first down and more. Nichols going down the sideline, just knocked out of bounds before he broke it all the way. Let's see, that was I think the safety that made the final hit to get Nichols out of bounds, but not before he got first down yardage and much more.
Yeah, that was Victor Giletto, 6'3", 155-pound defensive back, chasing him down and protecting a touchdown, really.
So 1st and 10 as the Titans moving the ball along here smartly in their first offensive possession of the game. The handoff to the outside, turning the corner, and back inside. Harris is down at about the 10. Good run, and that's another Titan first down.
And what's been interesting the last couple of weeks for Nashua North is that with R.J. Jenkins, who had been their primary ball carrier for the majority of the season up to that point, he was out last week with an ankle injury. He was a game-time decision to play today. He warmed up, is in uniform, so we'll see. But it's been Brian Montmany who's in the backfield now carrying the load. But to see the freshman Harris get the ball, that's the first time we've seen him get the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah, I was waiting to call R.J.'s name, Matt, but it ended up being Curtis Harris. Now going down close to the end zone, and it is a touchdown for the Titans.
That's Austin Ouellette around the outside, getting creative on these end-around plays with no Jenkins up the middle. And Ouellette, the end speed to beat anybody. One of the fastest guys in the conference, gets around the edge. And what a start for Nashua North. The defensive stop on the 3 and out, and then driving down the field untouched.
An 11-yard touchdown run for Austin Ouellette to cap off an impressive first possession for Nashua North here as they go up immediately. Make it 7-0 as the extra point kick after the touchdown is good.
So how about the 50-yard drive? Again, the 3 and out on defense, a bad punt for Bishop Guertin, gave Nashua North great field position, and really just jammed it down their throats. Didn't have to pass. The exact opposite of the drive that we saw from the Cardinals.
Right. Opposite in several ways. Passes incomplete, runs successful, all on the North side there. The defense for North stepping up to thwart the passing game of BG in their first possession, and then the running game, very impressive, even without R.J. Jenkins right off the bat. And that, you know, you probably, if you're the coaching staff, game time decision, you mentioned about R.J., you're looking at the comparable records. You know, to be frank, North is expecting to win this game. They don't want to, you know, put R.J. out there probably if they don't have to, if they're not 100% sure. And the result is a quick 7 points for North.
And we'll see. I think that if they get up by a couple of touchdowns, I think it would be a good idea to get Jenkins the ball, get him running again, get him used to the contact, because they have a tough matchup next week against Salem, at Salem as well. The Blue Devils are going to be all over the Titans.
Tough atmosphere right now. They really turn out too in Salem. They have a proud town there, and they're very excited about their team this season on top of it. So the return by the Cardinals gets the ball to about the 39-yard line. Make it 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the 40.
And that was Ben Plumley on the return, if you want to call it that, because that first time he just knocked it out of bounds.
You know, it's funny, the kicker seems to want to kick it that way. Yeah. I don't think he's targeting Plumley, but he happens to be standing on that spot.
Went a little bit better this time than the last time. But, and now he's in the backfield alongside Rate, so they're going to go to him. Look at this formation, John. I was going to say 4 receivers to the near side. They're going to motion over Lupo.
And then cover up the center so it's not an illegal formation any longer. Rate in the shotguns. You can see good 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to keep it. Rate, good deception. He's got 5. He's got close to a first down before he's dragged down. Ball comes loose. They stripped it from him. It is a good fumble, and it's a Nashua North takeaway. 1st and 10 at BG's 49.
And who else held him up but Curtis Harris? It's been the Curtis Harris show so far. Held him up. The defense, a gang tackle, came and punched the ball out. And for Bishop Guertin coach Jeff Moore, you got to be upset with the ball security early on. 2 drives, 2 fumbles. They were lucky enough to recover the one on the first drive. Not so lucky here.
Wow, Rate would have been better served to get down to the turf faster. I think, as you mentioned, while he was being held up is when the strip occurred. And disaster here early for the BG offense. Opportunity for North. The end around by Austin Willett turns the corner for about 5 on first down. A good play for the Titans. It nearly went the distance again.
And they've been finding different ways to get him the ball. Sam Sirwa on the tackle. His same look as the touchdown run, but it was after a fake and then an end around. Just a little flip. Almost had the corner, just missed it, but Ouellette is going to be a force to reckon with tonight.
Reminds me of watching the Thursday night football game with the Carolina Panthers, McCaffrey.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of, that's what Austin Willett reminds me of for the North, playing that kind of role. Here comes the flag. There was a face mask by somebody in the pile where the ball was down near the 40. Is that the BG coach down there? It was actually the North coach, because he picked it out, and it goes against the Cardinals. So must have been an incidental. They give it 5 yards, but it is enough for a first down for North.
And Mike Lovelace, he likes to run the ball, taking it right up the gut. You don't see a lot of quarterbacks at this level run the ball up the middle like Mike Lovelace does, but he really is fearless from that quarterback position. Also plays linebacker on defense, so likes the physicality.
Well, we got a big fullback in the backfield right now for the Titans, leading the blocks here for Brian Montminy. Montminy around the corner has about 10. Gets down close to the 25-yard line, which would be the line to gain for the first down.
Yeah, that big fullback that you mentioned is Kevin Maldonado.
Oh, right.
And he was out.
Remember Kevin from the last game.
He missed he was out just before halftime of last week. Missed the rest of the game, but is good to go. You see heavy tape on that left ankle, but leading the charge as the lead blocker.
Montminy is going to be stopped in the backfield. He bounces away, but not before he is swarmed behind the line of scrimmage. Flags fly. 3 flags fly
in unison.
And it's got to be some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct call here. 3 officials were witness to that infraction, and they didn't hesitate.
And a couple of BG defenders.
Personal foul against the Cardinals.
Berating Calvin Basta, the senior. He's going to head to the sideline and get an earful, but it was big Sam Colantoni, number 75, holding up Montminy and waiting for the rest of his team to come. But yeah, the personal foul, John, that's going to move him up even farther.
Yeah, you don't need that. If you're struggling on defense and you give the other team another gift 15 after a great defensive stop, that hurts. And the BG coaching staff will no doubt have a talk with the involved parties. 1st and 10 for the Titans inside the 15-yard line. They lead it 7-0. Just under 8 minutes to go first quarter, trying to add to that lead. Shotgun snap, and keeper to the outside, cutting it up, and just inside the 5-yard line, dragged down, very close to the first down. Lovelace, great deception there on the fake handoff.
And that was a look that we haven't seen in a couple of weeks from the Titans, with Kevin Maldonado, the lone back in the sidecar to Lovelace. He's a force to be reckoned with up the middle. And they're going to go right back with it. Wouldn't be surprised if Lovelace gives it to him in a goal line set about 2 yards out. And Montminy, a lead blocker here, so Montminy and Maldonado switching roles.
Yeah, Maldonado gets the handoff this time, and he bulls his way up the middle for a touchdown. The second touchdown of the game for the Titans. This one scored by the fullback, Kevin Maldonado.
And you cannot bring him down when he gets a full head of steam. We've seen that the last couple of weeks. Healthy ankle this week for Maldonado, and he's made a big difference, as Nashua North last week was down 14-7 at the end of one quarter. pending the field goal, it's about to be 14-0 about 5 minutes into the game.
Just pounding it up the middle for the score, and the extra point after is, again, a good kick for the Titans. 14-0, and we have only played about 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
And now you're in a conundrum here if you're the Cardinals, because they started the first drive with 3 passing plays, didn't get anything there, also included a fumble. And then the second drive ended on the fumble, so you can't throw the ball so far. You can't hold on to the ball on the ground so far, so what do you do?
I don't know. I don't know. I hope Randy Moss walks through that door so he can throw it by everybody.
We'll see.
Or
I look to Hisco or Anderson here. Somebody's got to make a big play for Bishop Guertin. They're going to get good field position. Caio Campo really has not done a good job of pinning BG deep so far. So they're going to get a good field position, 30-yard, their own 30-yard line or even closer. So one big play is all it takes. Get a touchdown, 14-7, and you're right back in this game.
North kicking off for the 3rd time tonight. They kicked off to begin the game.
Look at Campo.
Both touchdowns.
The kicker setting up kind of a sky kick look, about 4 steps back, and he's going to be right on the ball, looking to go to Plumlee again.
It's going over there, but this one straight out of bounds this time.
And that's what you risk when you target a guy like that close to the sideline. I don't necessarily disagree with the look because, you get your speed guys on that side, create a mismatch. You either get a big hit that'll jar the ball loose, or like we saw on the first play when Plumlee just knocked it out of bounds.
I'm not sure if he's targeting Plumlee, Matt, or if he's just like a golfer that has a hook in his swing.
Yeah.
Because the ball seems to want to go that way every time.
And I think they're going to make him redo the kick here.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Cardinals elect to have them redo. So,
but they'll
I guess
take
we'll
it
have
even
to
farther
go to the
back,
rule book and see what happens if he does it again and again.
From the looks of it here, it looks like they're just going to move him back 5 yards. And
I have a feeling that BG coaching staff thinks that this might go out of bounds the 2nd time.
And there's no kicker on the field. Here he comes.
And you were asking, how do you advance the ball down the field without getting a strip fumble or an interception, or just rely on the penalties, and maybe that'll get you way down the field.
And one interesting thing here, as another North player runs onto the field to make the count 11. Caio Campos went down the line and told his players what he was going to do, and he really only went to the one side on the far side of your screen. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go right at him here.
Looks like Caio is angling himself more
towards the middle.
Yes.
Stay away from that sideline.
And there it goes. It is in the very middle of the field where it bounces. It's a live ball, so you have to play it. And tackled at about the 36-yard line was number 32 for BG, Joey Lupo. I'm not sure they made out good in that deal.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing that in talking to Dante Lorendi pregame about what he saw from this BG team, he noted that their special teams was especially good against Salem last week. So trying to find an advantage any way that they can. But yeah, BG really didn't make out that well in that whole scenario as they have the ball on their own 36-yard line. That's about where they've started their drives thus far.
Right. So
this one being number 3.
It's been a challenge for Sam Raid in the BG offense thus far. 2 possessions, nothing to show for it, except a punt and a turnover. And starting from their own 35. Looking to his left to throw. Raid's going to scramble, and he gets positive yardage out of it across the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and 2nd and 5 coming up.
That was Jordan Smith, the junior, on the tackle. Good job of following that hip line and staying with Raid. He's been pretty shifty thus far.
So their most successful play of the game thus far is a quarterback scramble.
Hey, maybe that's the recipe for success.
Leave the ball in Raid's hands, perhaps. Let's see what he does here. He's going to try a throw over the middle. It is completed, very close to the first down yardage, and the mark is going to be for a first down. They gave him more than enough in forward progress.
And that was Lupo on the catch, but coming up from the safety role, again, the freshman Curtis Harris. He's been all over the field tonight. And freshman is going to have 3 more years here at Nashua North. He's going to be a guy to watch in the future.
Rate with the no-huddle offense has a pair of receivers split to the left and to the right as the Titans jumped offside and probably will be flagged for encroachment.
So if you include that kick out of bounds, already 4 penalties, and we're just over 5 minutes into the game. got to be more disciplined, really, for both sides. The personal foul for BG really hurt them on that last drive.
Absolutely, yeah. 1st and 5 now for Guertin as they benefit from the Titans' defensive linemen jumping offside. Back to the same formation with a pair of receivers to the left and to the right. Raitt will keep it. Scrambles up the middle. He's got a 1st down, trying to break it to the outside. Sam Raitt gets it to the 30. Great run by the BG quarterback of about 15 yards.
And Sam Nichols just able to wrap up enough to bring down Raitt. We were wondering how they were going to get the offense going. Looks like it's going to be on the legs of Sam Raitt.
And on his shoulders as well, the responsibility. He will hand this one off. It's a run to the left side and twisting his way out of bounds for a gain of about 4 on the play.
Yeah, that was Plumlee, the sophomore running back. He's been the target a lot tonight, both on the kickoffs from Nashua North and now in the backfield. He's been back there the whole night.
Ben Plumlee, the lone running back, again with Sam Raitt in the shotgun, has 3 receivers split to the far wide side right of the field. He will hand this off, and Plumlee is tackled by Maldonado in the backfield. Raitt put his treasure in a sinking ship in that instance there, Matt.
And that was an emphatic throwdown by Maldonado.
Yeah.
Wrapped him up. He was not going anywhere.
Well, let's see the weight differential there. What would you say, about 60?
Maldonado's got to be at least 260, 270.
So it's more like 100 pounds difference.
That's a big boy right there.
Goes 155. Wow. Raitt in a straight drop, now rolls to his right, looking to throw deep. He's got a man twisting though, and that's a kind of a late hit. Will they flag it? Some of the BG players think that that was a little bit late. I do too.
They're going to let the boys play though.
I guess so.
Because I mean, realistically, if you take a look at the flags thus far, you had a kick out of bounds, the offsides call, a pretty obvious face mask, and then a guy throwing a punch. So
yeah.
they have not called penalties that they have not absolutely had to thus far.
True. Yeah, they let that one happen without a flag. So trying for a field goal. You don't see this very much in high school football in New Hampshire or anywhere. This is going to be a 44-yard field goal attempt.
Matt
It is deep. It's got enough, and it's good. What a kick. Number 4, Matt Huntsman, with a beautiful kick. Huntsman on Friday the 13th.
How about it? And he's starting at the kicker role over 2 soccer players. We had North and BG playing boys and girls soccer here earlier in the week. Anton Mao and Drew Haley both on the soccer team and both behind Matt Huntsman. We can see why now. What a kick.
That's great distance for high school football. It's a great kick for college ball as well.
You do not see that very often. Yeah, that would have been good from 50. That had another couple yards of leg on it.
Wow. So Matt Huntsman, a 6 foot, 160-pound senior kicker, gives Bishop Guertin their first points of the game. It is 14-3. Guertin making the most of those penalties. Matt, and as I said, almost a late hit penalty. That would have got him even closer, but they take the 3 points on the strong leg of Huntsman. And we get to see actually Matt kick off for the first time today. And you know, maybe he can even reach the end zone. What do you think?
We'll see.
Yeah, you don't see that happen too much in high school.
But it's interesting to see, you know, especially in high school, especially up here in New Hampshire, that really no man's land ends at really at the 30-yard line. That's kind of the in limbo zone. So to have that option really opens up a lot on the offensive side, because instead of, you know, punting it on a ball in the opponent's territory or going for it on 4th down and giving the other team decent field position, you get 3 points out of it.
There's an onside kick, and it is fielded by North. Nice sure-handed play by, is it number 9?
Yeah, that's going to be Nick LaRue, and he came up. That kick was not going to go 10 yards. He jumped up about 2 yards. They're going to say he fell on it at the Bishop Guertin 49-yard line. But an interesting decision there. They get the points. They're trying to get back on the board, get back on the offensive side. And now Nashua North, who has looked unstoppable on the offense thus far tonight, gets the ball on opponent's territory.
Nick LaRue, who is a senior and listed as a wide receiver and linebacker, showing good hands on that onside kick. So 1st and 10 for the Titans on BG's 49, and Curtis Harris finds an opening. A flag flies late after about a 3-yard gain.
Looks like it's going to be Tyler DeRocher's on the backside. One-on-one block.
An official tells us it is holding on the Titans. So the penalty bugaboo continues for North.
And we'll see how this affects them. They have been the benefactor of a couple of big BG penalties when they're on the offense. So we'll see if they can come back from this. All of a sudden, it's 1st and 20. But realistically, they've had a lot of different weapons. Austin Ouellette, Curtis Harris, even Mike Lovelace getting in on the action. And Mike Mockmany back in the backfield.
Yeah, so the spot of the foul actually was a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Hence, it's a 1st and 21 play. Long pass from Lovelace. It's on the money. It almost was. To the outside, Sam Nichols covered very closely, incomplete.
And one thing that we've noted all year from this Nashua North offense is their inability to throw the ball over the middle of the field. Really, all their throws are exactly like that, either to Nichols or Ouellette down the sideline, just beat their man in coverage. And Lovelace has the arm for that, not to take anything away from him. But you want to see the throws over the middle, those intermediate 5-10-yard routes over the middle of the field, which is the toughest area to throw to.
2nd and 21 for the Titans. It's a keeper. Lovelace is tackled near just beyond the line of scrimmage. Good play by the BG defense up front. Cote gets credit. Ryan Cote, senior defensive lineman, 6 feet 180. Giving away some size to some of these Division I teams, but Ryan with a great tackle there. 3rd down and 20 for the Titans. Lovelace, a straight drop. I think he wanted a screen to the right. It wasn't there. It's a keeper coming back to the left sideline, and Lovelace tackled after a gain of about 10.
Yeah, it gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and 3rd down was a point of emphasis for them last week. That's the first 3rd down that they faced. But the Titans were 3 for 9 on 3rd down last week, and to show you how dominant Pinkerton was, they were 2 for 3. I don't know what's better, that 66% conversion rate on 3rd down, or the fact that they only had three third downs in the entire game. And that was with their backups playing the entire second half.
Wow. So they never got the 3rd down much. So with 3:54 to go in the first quarter, it's North taking a timeout, deciding what to do here on 4th down and 10. Just on the BG side of the field. What would you do, man?
Well, this is where the drive initially started. If BG had not gotten points and been aggressive on the onside kick on that last drive, I think you go for it, because before then they had shown an inability to move the ball. I think you got to punt the ball away here. You know,
you would think so, right?
I would if I was Dante Lorendi and his staff. You know, put them back in field position, because they haven't started a drive inside their own 30-yard line yet. So I think you got to punt the ball here. Even if you can get it inside the 30, that's a start. You know, toughen up on the defense and have somebody marking Sam Raitt down the field and just kind of shifting with him, a quarterback spy, just because he has done a great job thus far of making defenders miss. He had 171 yards on 21 completions last week and a touchdown, but so far tonight, it's been the running game.
Maybe a little bit of a diss here on the BG defense, because North is going for it, it appears, on 4th and 10. Lovelace, straight drop, looking down the middle, now to the left. He throws it down the hash. It is caught by Curtis Harris, or incomplete? Incomplete.
Wow.
Harris skied up there, seemed to get both hands on it, but couldn't secure the football on the way down.
And that's a tough play to bring that ball down like he was trying to do. What an effort, though. The throw a bit high from Lovelace, and Harris has been an athletic freak so far this game, really all year, all over the field. He was open on that seam route.
He was.
He went up to get it, but just couldn't secure it on the way down, and that would have been a huge conversion in terms of momentum.
Well, I can understand the vote of confidence from the North coaching staff to set their players up in a position to succeed like that. Lovelace made a nice throw. Harris with a nice leap, and just the finish wasn't there. So it is Bishop Guertin's ball on downs. 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Sam Raitt rolling near side here to the left, throws across his body, and it's too low for Victor Gelato. Couldn't scoop it off the turf.
Yeah, senior to a senior there, and that's a tough throw for any quarterback at any level. Rolling to that offhand side for Raitt, it's going to be the left, and turning across his body, opening it up, and trying to fire a ball on an out route, which is the toughest route to complete as a quarterback, and just a bit too low, not enough on that ball.
3 receivers split to the wide side left for Sam Raitt. Looks like he is changing up the play. And North shifting their defense as well. Raitt looking to his left quickly. High throw is caught. Gain of about 4 on the play. Joey Lupo skying to grab that. Good hands on the play by Joey. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
And it was Curtis Harris on the tackle, and he's been coming up from that safety role like a shark on a fish, just out of nowhere, just spearing these legally spearing, I guess I should say, these receivers. And it's been Lupo that's been taking the majority of these hits. So big 3rd down here for BG.
Sam Raitt looking to convert here on 3rd and 5. He's going to hand this ball off, and struggling very close to the 1st down yardage was Ben Plumlee, and did he get it?
I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think they're going to come about a yard, maybe a half a yard short, but immediately this offense ready to go out there. I think Raitt's going to take it here, John.
Yeah, you're right. It's about a ball, the distance of the ball short of the 1st down, and Raitt is going for it on 4th.
And that's exactly what they wanted to do. They got Kevin Maldonado to jump off sides.
Good play by the veteran quarterback. I assume there was a hard count involved.
Yeah, and this BG team with 16 seniors, including a starting quarterback and a slew of players on both sides of the ball that start. Really, you build up that chemistry over the 4 years. I don't even think that they had a play call there. 3rd down, they get that close to the 4th, they automatically know, hey, we're going to call the hard count and then look to the sideline for the play call.
How about this, Matt? They're in field goal territory right now.
Field goal distance
right now. We just saw a great kick by Matt Hansman to put BG on the board from 44 yards out. Spinning away from the defenders, stiff-arming now, still on his feet. What a run by Sam Raitt.
Just evading everyone in his path. It's been the legs that have really taken Raitt over the top tonight. Gets to about 2nd down and 4.
Sam Raitt, not a big quarterback at 6 feet and 180. It's decent size, but in the land of the Giants, they're able to twist and turn and stiff arm his way out of trouble for a nice gain on 1st down. 2nd and 3 from the Titans 30. Raitt is going to keep it up the middle. Twisting away, not much there. No gain, and it's going to be 3rd down.
With a guy like Raitt, all the accolades, on the defensive side, you got to have a guy right on him, and it's tough with these play-action read plays, and it's really assignment football. It's much like playing a team like Pinkerton, where they kind of run an option style of trap, to where you basically just got to stay on your man. It's assignment football. Every coach's favorite term on the defense when playing an offense that runs a lot of those play-action plays.
It's been a while since he went to number 5. Hisco, and Austin Hisco is split wide to the top side right, and there's a timeout BG. They wanted to talk it over. This is a big play for them.
Yeah, and like you said, they're in field goal range, so it wouldn't be necessarily the worst if they were to fail to convert on this play. Can't afford to lose any yardage, though. I know that kick from Hansman last time gives you the vote of confidence, but you want to give him every yard you can. But this is the best that the BG offense has looked so far in this game.
Yeah, the ball was teed up, I believe, at about the 33, 34-yard line on that field goal. And they'd be just a little bit outside of that distance. Say if they make no gain here, I could still see them trotting him out there and giving him another. And
if I'm Nashua North, I'm stacking the box, 7, 8 men up near the line of scrimmage. You want to take everything away from Sam Raitt here. Wouldn't be surprised if they have a spy on him. Looks like they're going to have 4 down linemen. They're going to go man on the outside with a couple of linebackers guarding the middle. Montmany, outside linebacker, look for him to squeeze the middle on a run.
14-3, North leads BG. A minute to go, 1st quarter. Sam Raitt fires. He's got Hisco at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Not only do they get the 1st down, they get the touchdown. Austin Hisco slanting in from the left side. After the timeout, they redid the formation. They called a new play, and it worked.
Well, John Nostradamus Collins predicting the play to Austin Hisco there. And coming out of that timeout, you had a chance to look at how North was going to guard you in that same formation. They came out with the same formation that they went in. Man coverage, really no help over the top. If it was shaded over to the far side near the North sideline. So Hisco wide open, field goal up and good to make it 14-10. But that's just a good job of recognizing the defense and cutting it up. You'll notice a slight seam route where Hisco cut it just up over the middle, and he was wide open. Sam Raitt's going to make that throw 11 times out of 10.
It was 14-0. Now it's 14-10. What an exciting 1st quarter of high school football this has been. so far on NashuaETV. John Collins with Matt Neverett and Tom King. We are pleased to bring this game to you, including we're streaming on the City of Nashua TV website. A beautiful fall Friday. It's actually Friday the 13th if you're superstitious that way. But we're lucky enough to be here calling this game. And it's a pleasant fall evening. Good crowd on hand. 14-10, and Bishop Guertin just made a game out of this, man. And
if I'm Nashua North, you need points on this drive. You know, if you can take a lot of time off this clock, they're going to go in with about a minute left in the first quarter. 1:02 to be exact. They're going to need to have a long drive, and they have to get points out of this.
Like Huntsman's extra point kick went somewhere into the night. He really boomed it.
Kicked it into Hudson.
Yeah. So he will get to kick off here in a 4-point game now.
This will be his first kick down the field of the game.
It's a hard line drive. It's fielded at about the 12-yard line by number 3, Ryan Ali. Ali downed at about the 20.
And a swarm tackle there for Bishop Guertin.
I think that was Hisco.
Again, the first time that they kicked the ball down the field, their only other kickoff was the onside attempt.
Right.
So I was interested to see how they protected the lanes, and they did a great job of swarming to the ball carrier, holding him up until help arrived, and it did in the form of Austin Hisco.
So Bishop Guertin has coughed up the ball in this game, and North has yet to do so. That's the one way you win a football game, is you minimize your turnovers and maximize your takeaways. We'll see if North can hold on to the football here, or whether BG can come up with a huge turnover. Instead, a run right up the middle at first down and more. Was that number 21, Curtis Harris? Montmany, sorry, it was 27. Got about 12 on that play, up the middle.
And that's what the runs up the gut that get you about 2, 3, 4 yards a run. That's what they set up, because all of a sudden coming out of the score, you think they're going to go down the field, and Montmany just takes it right up the middle. A piercing run for a first down. This should be the last play of the quarter, John.
Right, with 30 seconds left, Lovelace will hand it off to Curtis Harris, and good defense by Bishop Guertin's front lineman there. Not yielding very much at all.
Let's see, maybe they try and get one more play off. I think they should keep the momentum going.
Yeah, with the no huddle, they might. We're at the 10-second mark right now. North looking for the play call, and I don't know. I think you're right. They're not going to get this off. So first quarter of play will come to an end with the score: North 14 and Bishop Guertin 10. We're watching NashuaETV from Stellos Stadium in Nashua. Bishop Guertin coming into the game with a 1-5 record, 6 games played, 3 to go, including this one. And Nashua North at 3-3. North coming off a drubbing at the hands of Pinkerton, one of the Division I powers in New Hampshire high school football this year. And Bishop Guertin can look back at that. They did beat Keene. Keene's kind of struggling this year, but 33-0. A shutout's a shutout. That was pretty impressive during the course of the season to get that one victory. And they can also take heart in the fact they got 22 points against, was it Pinkerton or Salem?
It was Salem last week, yeah.
Salem, who's, one of the most powerful teams in Division I. So
yeah, I mean, the score doesn't necessarily reflect how close that game was.
Right, it could have been second.
BG had 2 late touchdowns, including one as time ran out. So they were just trying to get the points on the board and make it look like a closer game. But I think that this is a different BG team than we saw last week. They came out inspired, down 14-0. They've made these in-game adjustments, and all of a sudden, John, we got ourselves a ball game.
As the second quarter begins, yes, we do. North is ahead 14-10. Lovelace fires to the left, and it is incomplete. It was right in the chest of Austin Willett, and they just couldn't secure it. Sam Raitt, the BG quarterback, as the defensive back there, step for step with Willett, but Willett had the inside position to make the catch. Maybe Sam got a hand in there to disrupt the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Titans.
And John, we were just talking about Salem. They're up 22-0 on Merrimack in the first quarter.
Salem again throwing their weight around here this season. That is completed right at the yards to gain for the first down. Again, it was Willett with Rate covering, but this time Willett able to go up and grab it for the first down, 10-yard play.
Pinkerton and Timberlane scoreless in the first quarter. Londonderry up 7-6 over Alvern in quarter number 2.
Alvern playing Londonderry tough.
Dover trailing Exeter 7-3, that game in the first quarter.
Lovelace hands it off. Harris looking for an opening. He has it, twists away, still on his feet. Curtis Harris for a gain of about 6 before he's brought down just on the BG side of the field. It'll be 2nd down and 4 from the 49 of Guertin. Curtis Harris being elusive.
Guys, 2 things. Jenkins is on the sidelines in uniform, but not playing. The other thing is, second guess is good, but if I were North, I would have punted that ball and pinned that offense deep and not given the ball to midfield.
We had the punt as well.
Rate is a very, Rate, you saw what he could do. He can lead on offense 50 yards. Leading them 90, that might be tough. 50, I'd put my money on Rate.
He just did it. We do have a player down. It appears to be a white uniform, so that would be a North player.
Actually, I'd put my money on Steve Lane next to me, but that's another story.
That's number 53, Josh McElligott, the junior offensive and defensive lineman down. Walking gingerly to the sideline. Does have the brace on the left knee. Not quite sure if those are connected, but everybody counts. This North sideline,
well, he can't,
as Tom mentioned, a little bit short.
He can't have my brace. I'm not letting him have mine.
I don't know if anyone would want that, though.
No.
Looks like he might be favoring the right leg, which has got the brace on the left. So hopefully Josh will be okay. Josh McElligott helped off the field. So 2nd down and 4 for the Titans offense here. Early second quarter, they're up 14-10. Harris is going to be down just beyond the line of scrimmage. Call it a gain of 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
That's actually R.J. Jenkins.
Oh, it's Jenkins.
Into the game
Jenkins
for the first
back.
time. His first touch. It's his first touch in a couple of weeks.
They want to see what he's got.
Yeah, good call.
I'll tell you what, though, Guertin playing very good interior defense. It's when you go wide that they have the problems when you stretch the field on them like that.
Yeah, Jenkins seemed to run a little bit gingerly there.
Well, he's got the ankle, John. He hasn't carried a football in 3 weeks. So last time I saw him was against Merrimack.
His right foot and ankle.
Lovelace is going to hand this off to Montman. He's looking to go wide. He can't, and he gets swarmed and down for a no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down, and again, decision time for the Titans.
I would punt it.
I would punt it too.
Yeah, I would punt it. I just don't,
Put the confidence in your defense, right?
That's right.
They're leaving the offense out there, though.
No, they are. They're going. Looks like they're going to go
they
for
feel that they can move the ball on Guertin's defense, and they should feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean,
the only problem is the play that was a pass that was just right through the hands, and it was 10 yards to go. That's when I would have done it. So
shotgun. Lovelace going to punt it. He kicks it.
Kick it. Yep.
And it's going to bounce in free space here. Be down at about the 18-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for BG.
I like that decision. We saw Sam Raitt punt earlier in the game, so both sides using some trickeration with the quarterbacks here early on.
Some what?
Some trickeration. I'm making up words here on Friday the 13th. You don't like that one?
No.
I'll think of something else.
So does that mean when somebody rings my doorbell on Halloween, they're going to go trickeration or treateration?
Well, that's only if I'm out there.
If they knew you were a sports writer, that would be the right thing to say.
Probably.
Yeah. I'm a little bit old to come to your door, though, on the Halloween.
I think I've told John this story before. I had a couple of kids that looked like they were, 17 or 18 ring the doorbell. And I asked them, I said, "You want a beer?" And they said, "Yeah." And I said, "Can't have one."
In the shotgun now. Bishop Guertin's quarterback. Sam Raitt rolls to his right, flushed out of the pocket.
Yeah, nobody open.
Sideline. Rait's going to gain some yards before he's forced out of bounds.
Let's see where they mark him. Yeah, very close. He had no one open. As you look downfield, there was nobody there. Otherwise, he would have thrown it.
It is a 1st down.
I'm going to go ahead and move the chain. This refereeing crew's done a very good job so far, letting the boys play when necessary. They've had some good spots on some tight plays as well.
Sam Rait's in a little bit of a zone here, making good decisions with the football.
He's got to, John. He's all they have. In terms of a playmaker, he really is it. Hisco a little bit, but Rait's the guy.
Rait's going to hand this one off, and it doesn't go anywhere.
It's obvious. I think Brett Anderson is probably still feeling the shoulder injury that he had against Salem when they held him out of the second half. So otherwise, he would have touched the ball 4 or 5 times already in this football game.
No gain on
Number
the play
23.
for Ben Plumley, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. Raitt just about forced to pass here, you would think, or run with it himself, maybe.
Well, with him, one could turn into the other for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, it's probably what he's thinking about here. He's got 3 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. I believe this is a running play.
He's going to run. He's got some room if he can turn the corner.
And he gets maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah, probably about 6.
And again, that number we talked about, John, from last week, Nashua North only stopping 1 third-down play, but they only gave up. They only had 3 chances.
He got a lot more than that.
Yeah, he snuck up that line.
Yeah, he got about 9 yards.
3rd and 1 for Sam Raitt.
Wouldn't be surprised to see him keep it again here.
Yeah.
Only 6 in the box.
Run the other way this time.
It's tough. I think that's a tough matchup for them on the left side, lineman-wise. Look at the size advantage that North has in the middle of your screen. I think they're going to have to go to the right if he's going to run it.
And he's going to go that way, and he's trying to back his way.
He may have it. He's close.
It's going to depend.
Be very close.
But I think he should have cut more to the right, John. He cut back to the left.
He got it again.
He got it. That's sheer
and he
will.
seemed to go right at that.
That's sheer will on his part. I think it was too much of a size advantage for North on that side. This is turning out, I hope we see a good football game, because this is turning out to be one right now.
It is, with 8:45 to go in the first half. BG trying to actually go down and take the lead if they can, but that's a sack.
Yeah, that's
Raitt did not get out of the backfield.
Nope.
Tyler Griffin, a good job coming around the edge, just grabbing the jersey of Raitt. One thing that no Titan defender has been able to do so far is grab Raitt in the backfield, at least not with much success.
Right. Big play for the Titans defense. Throws Raitt for a loss. 2nd down and 12 from his own 38. Or actually, it's on the 37.
Yep.
Scoreboard says 38. Raitt back in the backfield with Ben Plumley, the lone running back. And again, 3 running backs to the left. Wide receivers. Going to go over the middle. It is complete. Down the field. Austin Hisco, the 20. Nobody's going to catch him. Austin Hisco with his 2nd touchdown receiving on the game from Sam Raitt. And BG has the lead. 16-14.
How about that, huh?
And again, it was a similar route just on the other side where they recognized man coverage with no safety help up top. He cut it in just on the seam, wide open. No one's going to stop him when he's in the open field. Great play call, great execution, and all of a sudden Bishop Guertin is in the lead.
In the lead, and there was no safety help there. There probably should have been. So someone moved up to try to take up the top receivers on the top side.
Yeah.
And that left Hisco one-on-one. And that is just a no-brainer for Sam Raitt. As soon as Hisco gets a step, he's gone.
It's the Sam Raitt and Austin Hisco show here in the first half at Stellos.
Now, they're very good.
And also Matt Huntsman, throw him in there, too.
Yeah, with a 44-yard field goal.
Yeah, he's got 5 points.
I know.
This
that slot play gave them numerous touchdowns over the last 2 years going into this season. They hadn't been able to run it that much because they hadn't had that much time.
Great execution.
You know, and Dylan Fagan made a living off of that.
Oh, right.
You know,
the
for
name,
Guertin last year. And so did Sarveen.
Rod.
Shafi and Rod. So yeah, it's a little different deal now.
And Austin Hisco, only a sophomore, so that's going to be a route that he runs for the next 3 years. He has been a great factor offensively for this team all year. He was a name coming in that we had heard from not only Jeff Moore, but from Dante Lorendi, head coach of Nashua North as well. They're on lookout for Austin Hisco, and they should be. 2 touchdowns on 2 great passes. That one, a little bit more of the yak attack, the yards after catch.
Yeah, it's going to be an adjustment that the North defense will have to make to be more aware of that combination, number 1 to number 5 for Bishop Guertin.
And they've really been running man defense pretty much predominantly, so they might need to switch into some zone, get some deep thirds going.
Fielded at the 5-yard line by the Titans return team. And is that Ryan Ali?
Yeah, that's Ali again.
To the 25.
It really makes such a big difference. You know, you look at the difference in the kicking game between Kyle Campos, who's been proficient this year, but a guy like Matt Huntsman, he can change a game with not only pinning them deep, we've already seen the field goal, he can make things happen for them with his leg.
Yeah, it seemed like a curious decision down 14-0 to go with the field goal. Now it's the difference in the game. 17-14, BG on top here with 7:45 to go in the first half. The Titans finding themselves behind for the first time tonight.
Jenkins in the backfield.
Will hand it off to Jenkins, and he gets downed after a short gain. Gang tackled by the Cardinals.
And it'll be interesting to see how they use him going forward. As Tom mentioned, hasn't run the football in 3 weeks, and the 2 touches he's had have just been basic runs up the middle. That 45 base play.
Yeah, he just doesn't look comfortable.
You got to get him the ball in some space. That's where he's at his best. Get him the ball around the outside. Some of the stuff that they did with Montminy and even Austin Ouellette on some of these ends around.
Quick throw to the left, and it is Montminy, I believe, that's tackled. No, yeah, it was Curtis Harris on the swing pass.
It's a name we haven't called in about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And he was one of the guys who is responsible for that blown coverage deep on really both Hisco touchdowns. No safety help to either side. It seems that whenever they go to 1 deep in that safety coverage, they've just been picking on him. But now back on the offensive side of the ball, he's great around the outside. A big 3rd down upcoming for Nashua North.
It is a big 3rd down. North needs this on 3rd and short. It is Jenkins who is tackled short of the first down. Well short of the first down. Number 78, Caleb Kearney got the tackle. Throwing North for a loss on the play on a 4th and short. They are forced to punt.
And the senior captain on senior night, Kearney, a great job of stopping Jenkins up the middle. But again, John, up the middle. They can't find ways to get Jenkins the ball in some space.
And he doesn't have that burst either.
No, not tonight. Not tonight.
He's not.
But going into
he's not 100% clearly.
Going into the big matchup against Salem next week, he's going to be more healthy. I think you got to get him his touches tonight.
Right, and that's what's happening. The punt is going to come down fair, caught at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. Actually, they'll give him the 45. For the Cardinals, great field position as they tried to add to a 17-14 lead.
And if I'm Bishop Guertin, head coach Jeff Moore, more of the same. More rate, and try to find Hisco on another big play. If you can get a lead, a 10-point lead going into halftime, that's going to be huge. Nashua North getting the ball coming out of the half.
If you're somebody that has Sam Raitt and Austin Hisco on your fantasy team, more of the same. Because they are racking up some points and some yards here in the first half.
Yeah, I've got 12 points already.
And they have a chance to do it again. This is some more damage here. Of course, the Titans want to step up and maybe pick one off or strip a ball here, as they did in the first quarter. Raitt's going to hold on to it. Very elusive, but gets maybe a yard.
And that's a time when the past success for Sam Raitt not can come back to haunt you, but the way that he's been running the ball, especially up the middle, shifting, making guys miss, going back and forth, he was thinking holding that ball all the way. He held it in the gut of Plumlee for extra long on that play, and that allowed the defenders to come around the edge and have a better angle of pursuit on him. And he gained about a yard on that play.
There's a timeout going to be called here by Bishop Guertin, as it was a clown car offense right there. There was people coming in one side, going out the other, and a lot of confusion. So they do burn another timeout.
That's 3 timeouts. They're done for the half.
Yep.
And for Bishop Guertin, they had 97 yards on the ground in last week's loss, 293 through the air, including 171 from Raitt. They've really committed to the running game. And especially that big 3rd down on that last drive when it was a 3rd and 10+, Raitt running all the way.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to get it going with Plumlee, but with Sam Raitt taking the snaps and really running the ball out of the play call.
This is interesting. Anderson hasn't touched the ball on offense.
And that was a name coming in.
But I've got him on defense here. As I look at photos, he's playing on defense.
And he was the one that fair caught on that last punt, so he's in the game.
Yeah, just very curious. I guess they don't want him lowering the shoulder and getting hit.
He was on the kick return team when Nashua North had those couple of kickoffs early in the game, but with Kyle Campos not kicking the ball down the field, he hasn't had a touch yet other than that punt return.
2nd and 9. Pass from Raitt is complete.
There he is.
Down the left side goes Joey Lupo. Lupo to the 20, the 10. Joey Lupo is dragged down just short of the 5-yard line. A tremendous 2nd and 9 play call by the Cardinals. Well, that timeout definitely paid off.
And it's been that play and then the first touchdown coming out of the timeout. I don't know what Jeff Moore's saying to these kids in the timeout, but whatever it is.
Jeff Moore's not saying much because he's above us. He's upstairs.
Is he? Well, whoever's calling the plays out of the timeout.
He's talking to his coaches down there.
Through the headsets.
Yeah.
So that is down to the 5-yard line. First and goal from the 5.
Up 17-14, trying to add to it. And up the middle and in for the touchdown. The Titans weren't sure who had the ball, and it was Ben Plumlee with the 5-yard plunge for the touchdown.
How about this?
And that's been the first run that Plumlee's had a lot of success on. Not too far to go to get the touchdown, but for Plumlee, sticking with it, running the ball, jamming it up the middle. I mean, he's only 6'1", $155, but he's done a good job of finding spaces and finds the lane there and goes into the end zone standing up. And pending the extra point, it's a 10-point game all of a sudden. And
Hansman's extra point kick is again good. It is a 24-14 lead, and for a team that came in 1-5, the underdog.
This is incredible.
They're putting on an impressive display of football here in the first half.
And for Nashua North, they get the ball coming out of the half, so they have a chance here if they can have a long drive to end the half to do what Bill Belichick and the Patriots do so well, is score going into the half, getting the ball coming out of the half, and scoring again, which they're going to need to do. They need points on this drive. I said it the last time. It's even more necessary now as they are definitely on their heels, trailing by 10 with 5:14 left in the half.
Yeah, we were asking for a competitive game, thinking one way, and now we're thinking the other way. We think North needs to get back in this thing as the wheels have somewhat come off for the Titans here in the second quarter.
What did it? I think it was the fact they didn't punt on the midfield, and I think
key
Guertin,
play.
I think mentally, if I'm Guertin, I'm ticked off. You're going for it on 4th and 10 at midfield.
Well, it's one thing
we're that bad.
It's one thing to get ticked off, but then there's another thing to do something about it.
Right.
And they have.
And you said it, John. It was a diss to that BG defense. They've responded.
They have, and Titans trying to respond with a kick return here. There's a hard hit. Wrestled to the ground.
That was Ali once again.
Ali. And looked like it was number 23 on the tackle for the Cardinals. That would be Brett Anderson.
So there you go, Tom. He's making some plays on the defense and the special team.
Right, but
nothing on offense yet.
Yeah.
We'll see if PG can keep scoring points at the rate that they have. Maybe we'll see everybody in there on offense for the Cardinals.
What did Anderson have for an ailment? Was it
shoulder? He tweaked his shoulder in the second half on Saturday.
And as he came off there, he was kind of wincing too. So he looks like he may be playing in pain. I'm sure he is. Running to the right. The Titans trying to find an opening, and they do. They get about 9 yards on the play. Was that Lovelace on a keeper?
Yeah, that was the first time we've seen that look. Rate's been doing it all night. But we haven't seen the designed run, the quick run to the outside from Lovelace. That's where he's best. Rate can run up the middle. He's got that Le'Veon Bell ability to just kind of bounce back and forth and make guys miss. But Lovelace, with pure speed to the outside, that's when he's at his best with the ball in his hands, is those quick plays to the outside, catching them by surprise and beating that edge contain.
I think he's been watching Sam Rate do that, and he says, I can do that too. Mike Lovelace will hand this one off, though. Good burst through the line for a first down and much more for the Titans. That'll move the chains. Gain of about 10 on that play as well.
That was Harris coming around the edge.
Harris.
And that's 2 plays in a row they've attacked that same edge, and it's worked with some success. And this is exactly what you want if you're Dante Lorendi and the offense, is a nice, long, sustained drive. Take your time in between the plays. You don't have to huddle up, but take your time. Don't make any rush decisions and hold the ball. Here's Lovelace again.
Lovelace on the keeper, trying to bounce it out to the left, and he's going to get gang tackled right near the corner. Not much there.
This is the best tackling game I've seen Guertin play all year in terms of tackling. First half in this half.
They have
Didn't start out that way.
Great adjustments over the weeks of the season.
Well, I think this adjustment happened during this game. I really do. You know, this.
Yeah. Would be surprised to see him throw it here to Mr. Roulette. Is a throw down the right side, and it is incomplete. Great coverage by Sam Rate.
Yep. Now see, that's just it. You said it. Rate. Your best athletes for Guertin right now are probably in the secondary. If I'm North, I keep it on the ground. I try to keep pounding that. You've got a bunch of sophomores on defense, John. Physically, you should be able to manhandle them.
Was Willett hurt on that play?
It looks like he came up grabbing the hand and wrist.
Yeah, but cradling one arm there.
That's not good.
The big thing there is that this sets up a third down. That's why I'm with you, John. I was surprised that they ran or that they threw the ball on that last play.
I didn't say that. I did.
Somebody said it. I was trying to find out
who
that was with the.
Lane. Lane told me to say it.
Rolling. Loveless looking to throw.
Yeah, too much
it's
time.
Completed. Harris to the right sideline is tripped up at the 20. He could have went the distance. A saving tackle by the Cardinals. And I'll tell you right now, the best offensive weapon that North has is Curtis Harris. There's a marked contrast between how he's running and catching the ball. And, of course, the injured R.J. Jenkins just doesn't have it tonight. But Harris is a weapon. And he showed it there. Great pass from Loveless. And it's 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 20.
And the big thing from Loveless on that play was his calmness in the pocket. He moved up, threw it off the back foot on a strike to Harris, who was open.
Harris bounces off a hard hit. It's going to come all the way back this way.
And
it's a foot race. Harris to the 20, cuts it up. He gets 5. He puts it on the ground. And who's got it?
It's not Guertin. Otherwise, they'd be jumping up and down.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And that was Nick Balla that came up with it. And how about that?
Big play by Nick Balla.
Loveless was surprised. He handed the ball off.
Yeah.
Harris is on the outside. He came right back by him without even throwing a block.
He ran 50 to gain, what, about
6 or 7?
Yeah, 7.
So but this is exactly what you want to do. It's like I said at the beginning of the drive. Long, sustained drive. I said hold on to the ball. They were lucky on that play.
They were.
But Montmagny on the Wildcat here.
Wildcat to Montmagny, and he has got the first down. He's inside the 10. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Titans, trailing by 10 points with 2:20 to go in the half. It's a drive to get right back in this game.
And it looks like Loveless is going to stay on the outside as a receiver, so they're going to stick with this Wildcat look. We've seen it a couple of times when Loveless got hurt for a couple plays going into the half. Or earlier this year in the South game, they ran this formation. So 5 wide and Montmagny, the quarterback in the Wildcat.
Montmagny going to run to the right. And the defensive end steps up and makes the play. Great job by Guertin defense there.
So that'll set up a 2nd and goal from the 10. And it's perplexing to me why they stick with that look for more than one play, because it's a novelty, really. It worked for that one play. You've got Loveless on the outside, who has shown you that he really cannot throw any kind of a substantial block. Why would you not just have Montmagny out there? And Loveless, who is a very, very good runner, probably a comparable runner to Montmagny on the outside. And you have that element of surprise when it's the quarterback taking it. I am surprised that they stayed with that Wildcat formation for 2 plays in a row. Back to a normal look now.
Handoff, Harris plunges through the right side of the line, got maybe to the 5. And it'll still be goal to go, but now it's going to be, is it 4th down?
It's 3rd.
3rd down. 3rd and goal.
And about goal to go from the 7-yard line. They're going to let it run down. This is perfect. It's been about a 5-minute drive.
Yep.
You run your one play here. If you can't get it in, you let it run down, call the timeout, either kick it or take your best shot into the end zone from short range.
On 4th down.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a 3rd down play from the 6. Rolling to the left. Looked like he was going to throw it. Loveless going back the other way. A foot race to the cone. He cuts it up, and he's in for the touchdown. Mike Loveless with a spectacular 6-yard run, scrambles for the score, and it is now a 24-20 game with the extra point to come.
For Guertin, with 37 seconds left, frustrating because they had him about 3 different times. Just didn't have bodies able to grab him. That was probably their worst defensive play of the night.
And what field vision for Loveless.
Huge for Nashua North.
Immediately broke to the left, moved up, and then cut it back around to the right, had the line, and then just a plunging effort into the end zone. That's the junior. He's in his 1st year in the starting role at the quarterback position and really starting to settle in nicely, especially running the ball.
Caio Campos' point after the touchdown is good, and it's 24-21.
And we talked about it going into that drive. My goals for them heading into that drive. Long, sustained drive. They did that over 4.5 minutes with the ball. Hold on to the ball, almost coughed it up, but were able to fall back on it by that was Nick Balla. And then not leave a lot of time to give yourself the chance to go into the half scoring a touchdown and then coming out of the half with the ball to start the second half. So these are going to be a huge couple of stops, and You remember Tom pointed it out, this BG team with no timeouts left in the half, they've already used all 3. So maybe 2 stops if you're Nashua North gives you a great feeling going into the half down by 3 and getting the ball coming out of the locker room.
I don't know if I misspoke on number 5. There's 2 number 5s in this game. They're great. Austin's.
Hisco and Ouellette. I get them mixed up all the time.
Yeah, Ouellette was the guy that was cradling his arm, the North wide receiver threat.
You got it right.
Defensive back.
You got
okay,
it right.
I did.
Yep.
So
you usually do.
He's dinged up, and so is R.J. Jenkins. That's the concern for North going into the second half. We'll see if we see Ouellette in the second half. But they're going to be relying a lot on Mike Lovelace and Curtis Harris, it appears right now. Great football game so far tonight that we've been treated to. 38 seconds remain here in the first half as Caio Campos tees it up at the 40. Needs a good kick here. You know, might see the Sam Rayton, Austin Hisco show again from the midfield. They're going to go with the onside kick, and it's fielded at the 50, and it's an opportunity for the Cardinals.
I'll tell you what, I don't like that look.
Yeah, I don't either.
With the way that their offense has been working, they haven't been getting plays.
They have no
big chunks.
timeouts, but
they've got no timeouts. But Nashua North's offense has not been.
Well, I think
plays in chunks.
yeah, but I think that's the key. No timeouts. But if you're Guertin,
and you got
what are you trying to do? You got to try to isolate Hisco on a slant play. I wouldn't run him down the sideline. I'd run on a slant.
Slant out,
and then
maybe
run like crazy
sideline.
up to the ball and spike it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I still don't like that look for Nashua North's defense. Ryan Ali came off the sideline, ran up to Caio Campo, and was communicating with him, and then Campo adjusted the tee of the ball on the tee, so you kind of knew that was coming. So here's Montmany. They got a 3-deep look here.
And his Rate's going to take a shot. It's a screen to the right.
Oh, bad
cutting
cut.
It back in the middle. And tackled at about the 36-yard
down
line.
And either call the play or spike it.
It's a first down, so they have some time to get up there, but you got to get out of bounds if you're at number 20, Ben Plumley there.
Well, that's the key thing. A first down stopped the clock, so they really didn't lose a lot of time. There's 27 seconds to go as they snap it. Rate looking deep down the left, and it's overthrown, so that'll be incomplete and stop the clock at 22 seconds remaining.
No safety help. Sam Nichols all alone on the outside. And that's a bad look if you're Nashua North. Curtis Harris got beat on the deep contain. It's been Montmany and Nichols on that outside corner, even that 3-deep safety look that they've been going with. But Curtis Harris, you got to be back there. You're basically playing center field if you're that middle safety. Looks like they're going to go with a man look with a 2-deep safety look.
Lupo or Hisco. It's probably one or the other.
Whatever side Harris doesn't go to.
Oh,
2-step drop, firing over the middle. It's intercepted on the deflection. That is Curtis Harris.
It's Montmany.
Tackled. Is it Montmany?
That's Montmany.
It's tough.
You're right.
The 1 and the 7 for Nashua North are very close.
Montmany steps up and intercepts the deflected pass, and now with 12 seconds to go, we'll see if North takes a knee.
I say they just run the ball up the middle or take the knee. Head into the halftime. Take your touchdown heading into the half. It's a good look. Looks like they're going to take the knee with Jenkins dropped way back in the protector role. But they really bail out the bad special teams move there, getting the pick on the deflection. But Bishop Guertin went right at Curtis Harris on that play.
Yeah, they did, but they did it on the slant.
Which is worked
because
all night.
That's where Hisco gets his speed from. So, he turns the jets on there.
2-1, down to 0 at the end of the first half. Gentlemen, we are calling the game of the week in high school football in New Hampshire, I would dare to say right now. 24-21, North trailing Bishop Guertin as we enter halftime here at Stellos Stadium. John Collins with Tom King and Matt Neverett, and our crew bringing you the game. We'll have the second half action coming up after we watch the halftime entertainment here from Stellos.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Is the seat supposed to be forward-facing or rear-facing? Did they move to a booster seat too soon? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Don't think you know. Know you know.
As the Titans prepare to leave the field, we welcome the Bishop Guertin High School marching band. With their field show, The Magic of Motown, featuring I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Dancing in the Street, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Get Ready, and I Want You Back. The band is under the direction of Mr. Brian Stark and is assisted by Mrs. Amanda Stark, with percussion instruction by Chief Master Sergeant A. Wong, United States Air Force, and drum design by Dr. Ron Muscle, 92. The ensemble is conducted by drum majors Matt Cortez and Bridget Nail. Please welcome the Marching Cardinals.
The New Hampshire Interscholastic Athletic Association presents the Life of an Athlete program.
Hi, I'm Morgan Andrews. I play at the University of Notre Dame, and I believe in the importance of hydration, rest, and nutrition.
I'm Kevin Nolan from Nashua, New Hampshire. I play for the New Hampshire Fisher Cats. I learned right away, you gotta get your rest.
Water is the best thing that you can put in your body. Nutrition is important because you're fueling your body, and your body is what gets you through the day. It's what gets you through a game.
Learn more at loanh.org.
Welcome back to Stellos Stadium. Scene of tonight's game between Nashua High North and Bishop Guertin. At halftime, BG surprisingly coming in with a record of 1-5. They lead this 24-21 over 3-3 North. John Collins with Matt Neverett, Tom King. Pleased to be bringing you this exciting game on a Friday the 13th here in October of 2017. It was a beautiful fall day. It's a pleasant evening. Baseball's being played tonight, Matt, in the still baseball season. And I wanted to point this out. Tom will appreciate this. Rico Petrocelli, who resides in Nashua, the former Red Sox great, hit 2 home runs in the 1967 World Series. It was an October 11 contest. 50 years ago this week is actually the 50-year anniversary. It was on Wednesday. Didi Gregorius did it. 2 home runs by a shortstop in a playoff game for the Yankees as part of their knocking off the Nationals. So I know we're all big baseball fans. I want to give props to Rico, though, on the 50-year anniversary. He was the first one to do it. There's been like 7 or 8 shortstops that have done it since, but Rico was the first. And proud Nashua resident now. He's a New York native, I think.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
There he is.
A terrific athlete in his high school days. Very humble guy, too, Rico Petrocelli. But he had a lot of firsts in his career, and that was one of them. 50-year anniversary this week. As we get ready for second half action, I wanted to talk about, I mentioned a new rule in high school football this year that I just learned about. In the Alvern South game last week, there was an interception of a Alvern pass. South's defender, one of their linebackers, hit, I know the guy that got hit, Nick Spargo, was the tight end for Alvern on the play. It was a curl-out play to the right, and Nick was not the intended receiver, but one of the wide receivers caught the ball down the field, and a linebacker for South really got Nick. He hit him in the chest to his shoulder, the side chest, and sent him. It was like one of those spectacular YouTube hits you'd see. You lift the guy off his feet, throw him on his back. Immediately, the official threw the flag for a blindside hit. It was a new rule that was put in January, and the South fans weren't aware of it, and they gave that official an earful about what a clean hit it was, and it was unfair they threw the flag, but it was instructional to me because I went home, I heard the officials say blindside hit, and that they put that in. And when your focus is on something else, even when you're hitting the front, it can be flagged. We are underway here in the second half. North running the ball back, and it's to about the 32-yard line. Brian Ali takes it to the 32. 1st and 10, so North has the next best chance to take the lead back here.
They do. The numbers on right in the first half, 7-13, 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's rushed for 59 yards on 8 carries.
Including that big touchdown run at the end of the half, which got North within striking
distance.
That's
rate. No, that's rate.
And that's Curtis Harris, who are about 7.
And then Lovelace on the other side. He was the one that had the big touchdown
4 carries
run.
for 29 yards and a TD.
And that 29 yards really is more like 80 or 90 if you look at all the yards that he's crossed going across the field, especially on that last play, and just the timing of the game going into the half with 37 seconds left. Now a chance to get back in the lead if you're Nashua North.
Yeah, some creative and innovative scrambles by Mike Lovelace in this one.
Yeah, but again,
it's also for rate.
They're not able to penetrate that middle. If they stay middle, they're not wearing down the Guertin defense as they thought. Harris carried on that.
Yeah, in fact.
And didn't get much at all.
It's 3rd and short here, and no guarantee that North's going to make this on the ground the way the BG defensive front line's been stepping up.
3rd and 2 from the 39.
That's Harris in motion.
It's going to be Lovelace.
Keeper Lovelace is hit short of the first down marker.
Let's see now, where are they going to mark it where the ball when he fell forward? He did lunge forward.
They're going to give it to him.
Yep, I thought so.
They give it to him.
That's a very, very big play by Lovelace just to lean forward and get that call.
And North 3 for 9 on third downs last week. So every one that you get is better. You want to be better than 33%, plain and simple.
Mike Lovelace gets the job done on third down, and the fresh set of downs now 1st and 10 at the 41. His team trailing by 3 here early in the second half. The handoff around the side.
Might be Ouellette. Is that Ouellette? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's Ouellette, number 5.
Ouellette.
It's the 3rd carry in the game for him.
And he's back.
He's got a touchdown run already.
Austin Roulette, who we thought might have injured his arm near the end of the first half, is back out and a factor as he gets a first down run.
It's 14 yards for Roulette.
John and Tom, I got some out-of-town scores for you to keep you updated on. Londonderry over Alvern, 13-6 in the third quarter. It's been all Salem all night, a 43-7 tally at the half in Salem. Exeter is up 21-10 at the half over Dover.
Handoff up the middle. It's Montmagny for about 5 before he's dragged down at the 40.
Got an injured Cardinal down the field.
Yeah, a Cardinal defensive lineman in the middle. That's going to be hurtful for BG in a number of ways.
It's going to be number 75, and that's going to be
Colin
Big,
Tony,
is that Big Sam again?
Yeah, Big Sam going
He
down.
went down the other night in the Salem game, and then they took him out and put him back in, but this is not good to
No, he's
see
been
him down unless he's just winning.
He's been a force in the middle for BG. Big reason why they've come up with some third down stops.
And Tom, you talked about it. The Titans really have not been able to generate any kind of a rush up the middle.
Nothing up the middle.
And
it's
he's
wide.
a big reason why, because that defensive front has a big advantage over this Titan offensive line.
Believe me, he comes out of this game, you're going to see Maldonado, you're going to see Lovelace trying to go up the middle. You're going to see a lot of Montmagny up the middle.
Looks like they're working on that left leg.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, man, the ankle.
I mean, he has not moved since the trainer got out there.
Sam Colantoni, who's listed at 6'3" and 295
She's asking him a lot of questions.
has yet to get back to his feet here.
So, yeah, he is not moving at all. They're going to ask for help to get him up.
It's a big guy. They're going to need it.
Yeah.
And now
there's about 5 or 8 people going. There he is.
Yeah,
let's
he's
see
partially
now
under
let's
his
see how
own
he
power
walks.
there.
He's limping, hobbling a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I won't count him out just yet.
I wouldn't count him out either. The way he's walking on it is ginger, but it's not like they had to help him up off the field.
Right. So Sam Colantoni has to come out.
I tried once to pick up a guy that heavy on the beach.
Why would you?
He's trying to show off.
What was the situation?
The situation was his chair broke and he couldn't get up. And why do you think it broke?
I got an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that Lovelace on the carry?
A keeper.
1 yard gain for Lovelace.
And just a 1 yard gain. So they try to go right at the Colantoni spot. And guess what? The replacement, I think, is Caleb Kearney in the middle now. Let's see if we can get a number on the nose tackle there for the front 5 for BG. Did a nice job as they try to exploit Colantoni's absence, but it's a very short gain. And it's third down and about 4 or 5 to go here
I
for the
think they
Titans.
still do it. Yeah.
What do we have?
We may have a timeout. Dante Lamendi was right next
North
to the
wants
referee.
a timeout. Yep.
He was right next to the referee when they made the call. Says we don't have the luxury of that nice monitor we used to have. What happened to that?
Yeah, I asked that to Pete too, and I guess they were short on time to set up.
Oh, really?
Other stuff going on.
Well, maybe they ought to get here a little earlier, don't you think?
Yeah.
I just lost my job, huh?
Actually, he's not here right now.
I know, but he'll hear it. He'll hear it when he edits.
Right. I was asking about the replay machine too, so hopefully we'll have that next game. There was some great plays that we would like to replay, but you'll be able to see them on on
Pete
video.
will be able to replay them on the tape.
Yeah, people will watch them at home.
They'll replay them then.
Yeah, if you're watching on your TV at home, obviously you can rewind.
Pete said you're gonna be surprised. You gotta watch out for Pete. He gets all the fun, you know.
Sneaky Pete.
Yeah.
Sneaky Pete. Yep. Third
Lovelace
and 4.
hands off to nobody, keeps it. Lovelace crashes up to the line to
probably
gain.
looks like he broke that plane at the 40-yard line.
And they've been giving it to him on these close plays.
Yep.
They have.
Waiting for that far side referee. He's going to wave him on, yeah.
He's their leading carrier on the night, I think.
Which is why it was surprising for me when they went with Montminy. You know, I got no problem with them going to Montminy in the Wildcat for that one play near the goal line, but they stuck with it. And the second time it was shut down because you had Lovelace blocking on the outside. And realistically tonight, Lovelace has been a better ball carrier than Montminy. He's been better around the outside. He's made more guys miss. And when it comes down to it on those tough third down plays, Lovelace has been the guy to convert.
Yep.
1st and 10. Plunging up the right hash.
It's like Harris, I think. Was it?
Did look like Harris.
Yes, it was. Curtis Harris.
Yep. He's got that great initial burst, and it's good for about 7.
And
Third down and 3.
These last 2 drives for Nashua North have been markedly different than they were early on in the game. They've been content to get 4 or 5 yards of play. They've run a ton of time off the clock, already almost 4 minutes off this first drive of the second half. And you'll remember that drive at the end of the first half went over 4, almost 5 minutes. So they've just been holding the ball. Time of possession is what's going to win them this game.
Methodical drive for Nashua North here to open the second half. The handoff, I believe that was Jenkins that time.
It was. It looked like Harris at first, but it was a delayed handoff to Jenkins.
And he may have the first down.
And Harris was trying to throw a block.
By the nose of the football? No, it's not.
But
just short.
You know what? I wouldn't. It's going to make an extra play. That's all it's going to do.
3rd inches, keep it with Lovelace up the middle. I think you're going to be able to get a big push.
Yeah.
Colin Toney still on the trainer's table getting stretched out.
I want to give some props to the BG linebacking crew, at least the 2 guys I've seen a lot. Hunter McLaughlin, number 54, and Ethan Holt, number 44, have stepped up big. Trying to bring the runner down behind the line of scrimmage, and he goes back there. Curtis Harris slips and falls, and it is going to be a big loss on the play. That is the risk you take.
First down, and he turns around and goes the other way.
And that's a freshman ball player right there, not knowing the situation where all you have to do is reach the ball across, go down, and you got the first down. Instead,
unbelievable.
He tries to turn it around, get the extra yards on the outside.
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to keep the offense on the field, though.
Yeah, well, I would too if I were there. And they're back at the 33-yard line. They lost 7 yards on that play.
Yeah, 4th and about 8.
4th and 8 from the 33.
Lovelace with a pair of receivers split
left
left and right.
This is the play of the game right now for North.
Lovelace is hit in the backfield. He escapes for the moment. Lofts one. It is completed to Sam Nichols, who's out of bounds for the first down. Innovating on the play, Mike Lovelace gets it done.
What a great play. Lovelace, they couldn't corral him. When they had the chance, they couldn't corral him, and that was the miss right there. And that's the play right there. If BG loses this game, they will look back at that play.
And that's the advantage that you have if you're Nashua North and your quarterback, Mike Lovelace, is as good a ball carrier as he is. He was looking to take that ball up the middle, escape the pressure. That was Ryan Cote that really forced him up in the pocket, switched it to the left hand, and then brought it back, fired the ball, just a nice little touch pass over to Nichols, who was wide open. Great conversion there.
A huge, huge play.
Mike
Curtis
Lovelace
Harris.
To Curtis Harris, and it is a
down to the 10, about 4 yards on that.
Decent first down gain of 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6.
And this drive at the 5.5-minute mark, approaching 6 minutes on the opening drive of the
typical North
half.
football. This is what they did to Merrimack, all right? Once they realized that the other team had really key offensive players that could score from anywhere on the field, like Guertin does with Rayton Hisco, North went to ball control.
And also, Hisco's been on the sideline getting some work done on his legs. He's been limping around, so something to watch.
And up the middle, I believe that's Jenkins again. It looked like number 6 had it. Short gain on the play, though.
No, that was Harris. Harris
21?
Yep. And taking a look down on the sideline.
It was Harris.
Look down the sideline, guys. Colin Toney getting a heavy, and I mean heavy, tape job on that left ankle. 3 or 4 trainers surrounding him. It doesn't look like he's going to be coming back into this game anytime soon. And with the way that Nashua North has been running the ball.
If they're taping it, he will be.
Lovelace in the shotgun.
Ice.
Is going to hand it off. Harris stops and starts and is short of the first down. It's going to be another 4th down conversion.
7-yard line. He got about a yard for all that.
And it's going to be on Mike Lovelace to come up with something here again on 4th down to keep the drive alive. This lengthy drive, which now approaches the 7-minute mark to open the second half. North trying to retake control of this football game and retake the lead, but they'll need to convert here.
Another 4th down, 4th and 3. Lovelace?
Yeah, somebody has to get to him and not let go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Grab the shirt, just grab it.
Yeah, somebody's got to get in the backfield and get Lovelace and get him down. He is
goes.
rolling to his left. He gets the pass away, and it's incomplete, and BG's going to get it on downs.
Wow.
A huge defensive stop for the Cardinals at the 7-yard line.
Oh, my goodness. 2 things. 1, who would have thought they wouldn't have made that play? Because Guertin's vulnerable on the pass defense, all right, especially in the flat. And 2, who would have thought that with 4:44 left in the 3rd quarter, the Cardinals would just be touching the football?
And for Nashua North, that's got to be disheartening.
With the lead.
For the Titans, that's disheartening for sure because they have that really long drive. They had looked good, and then it just stalled at the end.
It is and it isn't. Because what you've done is you've turned the game over to your defense. You know, you make Guertin.
BG has forced to take a timeout here as they were discombobulated on defense. Had a player late to get onto the field. Nearly got called for the offside.
You make Guertin have to make a play down here. Because this is turnover territory when you're backed up like this.
Yeah.
So the good news is for Guertin, as far as Guertin goes, is they stop. The good news for North is defense, unless they let Hisco run up the middle with a pass.
When Hisco's getting work done on his leg, and he has been for the last 10 or so minutes.
Hisco or Colin Tony?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Hisco's down right there on the sideline on the near side. Colin Tony is up with his left leg up, wrapped in ice. So, like you said, Tom.
Wow.
Colin Tony not going to be back in this game anytime soon.
Nope, doesn't look it.
And Hisco has been really getting worked on his leg for the last 10 minutes. That entire drive. I was looking down on the sideline.
He's in a lot of pain, which says to me it must be a cramp.
Either that or a pulled muscle in that leg.
And they're working cramp. That's a cramp. They're working cramp. I've seen enough trainers during football season this time of year. They're working a cramp out on that leg. He's got a bad one.
So Sam Raitt forced to improvise without one of his favorite weapons on the field, Austin Hisco, who was out momentarily.
You know what that means? That means
a
Lupo.
cramp.
That means he'll look for Lupo next.
Lupo split in the slot right. And just barely able to stay out of the end zone. What is the call?
It looked like his knee was down in the end zone to me.
The ball had to be completely out, and according to the official, it just was, but barely.
Wow, what a stop.
They're going to have to go Raitt shotgun throw.
Key play here. BG leading by 3, but they've got 99.9 yards to go to get to score. They just want to get out of trouble right now.
He loses 6 on that play. Second and 16 from the 1.
Raitt way back in the end zone is going to throw it. Fires it. It is incomplete. Great coverage on the left flat side there by Montminy.
I told you the good news for North is that they've got him pinned.
And that was intended for Cote on the outside in the flat. And like you said, Montminy just too fast on the outside.
Great eyes, Matt Never, for seeing Hisco. I didn't see Hisco down there.
Well, I was watching him going back and
forth. You're looking for Colin Tony, and all of a
yeah.
sudden there you see him.
A lot of confidence in his quarterback, Bishop Guertin, to let him throw in his own end zone. Sam Raitt has had a terrific game to this point, however, and he's trying to come up with some miraculous type magic here with 3rd and 16.
He doesn't have the time to throw deep.
I don't think he knows the play call.
He does it. The second time that's happened, they got to take a timeout.
No, the flags are out. We'll see if they got
delay a game.
We'll see if they got the timeout.
You know what? Don't panic over half the distance to the goal right here because you're talking about an inch. I mean,
that turns it from 99.9 to 99.999.
Actually, yeah, you could just try you could just try to drive them offside about 4 times.
They never made a signal.
For Nashua North, this is a huge stop because if they can get them on a 4th and 16 pin back at their own inch line, that creates some interesting scenarios in the punt game.
I don't know what the official timeout there was for, but there was no penalty.
trying to draw him offside. Throw it over to complete on the left side and out of bounds, short of the first down.
That was
That's
Devin,
a nice play, though.
Devin Amaral for the first time.
Amaral with his first catch tonight.
Here comes the punt team.
They're going to have to.
So, I mean, and that's a good job. You don't get the first down, but you get a little bit of space. And it was Raitt that punted the ball the only other time for him, and he's going to be out there to do the same thing here.
You got to consider
a little bit of breathing room.
You've got to consider this. Guertin plays a lot of guys both ways. Okay? So what's that going to mean? That's going to mean that
fatigue
fatigue is definitely
going to be a factor.
On North, if they're not, with Colantoni out, if they're not blowing them off the ball the final 3:27 of this quarter, something's wrong.
And I look for North to have another long, sustained drive. They took almost 7 minutes, more than 7 minutes, really, off the clock on that last drive. They don't have as far to go starting with the ball in Bishop Guertin territory, but they should be at least able to take it to the end of this third quarter and into the last.
They've got a 1st and 10 on the Cardinal 42-yard line, and Guertin has had the ball for 4 plays, including a punt.
And no Maldonado since Colantoni has been out, which is very surprising. You said that they were going to go with that, and I thought that they would as well, but they're trying to get around the outside.
Here comes Jenkins.
Jenkins trying to turn the left corner, is tackled just beyond the line of scrimmage.
They're improved going wide in terms defensively, but Jenkins doesn't have that burst with that ankle.
Joey Lupo, also Victor Gelato, and also Ethan Holt get over there to help make that tackle.
I mean, just look at the way that Jenkins is walking. He's going to jog it back to the sideline now, but
not
visibly favoring that left leg. It's
right.
a right ankle and foot injury. I'd be surprised if we see him touch the ball again.
I was just going to say, I would just keep
I mean, he's gutting it out, but he is not his self.
Because it's not like Harris hasn't been capable. He's done a very good job. It's Montmany in the backfield now.
Loveless is going to hand it off. Montmany trying to find an opening.
Nice
he does.
Run.
Gets maybe 3 or 4, but BG's defense making it difficult for North.
It's still a nice run by Montmany. He should have been pinned in at the 38. He's down to the 36.
And Tom, that was your guy Brett Anderson on the tackle, really preventing a couple more yards as Montmany making a few men miss on that play.
3rd and a long 3.
Make it 4.
Yeah, 3rd and 4 from the 36.
Yeah. I expect to see another Loveless
two
rollout.
Down. 2 down territory.
Oh, for sure.
Poor Austin Hisco still getting worked on down below us. No change in status. He's on his back.
They're still trying to stretch that cramp. It's got to be a cramp. I mean, they're trying to stretch it out.
It's the cramp of all cramps.
No kidding. Here's Montmany wide.
That's Harris. He's going to burst past the first down marker and much more.
Big hole on the right side, John.
And the difference between the North team that we saw get shellacked by Pinkerton last week and this team that has showed up tonight has been the 3rd down conversions. They really have saddled up and gotten the necessary yardage, whether it be Loveless or the freshman Harris, who was a dynamic player in the first half, kind of went away from him at the end of the first half of the game.
He didn't have that much statistically in the first
really
half.
Just that first drive, that first drive and a half about, they went to him a lot, but getting back in it here now with Jenkins pretty much out for the game.
Harris has it again. He's to the 20, he's to the 15, he falls forward to the 10-yard line, but a flag is on the field.
You're seeing the Guertin defense get warm, but that's in the area of holding.
And you're going to bring that brilliant run back on a holding
you know what?
call.
The spot of the foul, it's at the 27. So they're actually losing. They're going to lose a lot of yardage on this.
10 yards from the spot of the foul.
And 13 from scrimmage.
And other than that delay of game, penalty, no penalty, whatever they ended up calling that, it's been a relatively clean game since those few flags at the start of this contest.
A minute and a half to go in the third quarter. The score at the end of the first half was 24-21 BG, and it still is. We have a scoreless third quarter here.
Spot of the foul brings it was spotted at the 27, 3 yards behind the line. So it's going to be 1st and 23 from the 37. This is where Guertin's pass defense is going to have to come into play because I bet Loveless is going to put up at 1 point.
Loveless hands this one off.
Oh.
Big hole, twisting away. Harris still on his feet.
He's
to the
in.
10. Nobody's going to catch him. Curtis Harris for 37 yards for the go-ahead score.
There it is, boy. I'll tell you. You get a break like that. BG did, and then you just don't tackle, and you just Harris bounces off you. That's fatigue. You're getting pushed off the ball, John, and the holds are opening
right,
up.
Tom.
But that is also, where did that play go?
Up the middle.
And who's not there?
Colantoni.
There you go.
Yep, Sam Colantoni can't even watch. He had his back to that play as Campos kicks the extra point, makes it a 3-point lead, 27-24. Bishop Guertin on the scoreboard, Tom. They're still in this game, but so many factors going against them right now.
The fatigue factor is the big thing, and Hisco not being able out there. Now, Hisco's jogging on the sidelines.
Encouraging sign.
So let's see.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he was doing that pretty much the entirety of that first drive of the first half for Nashua North, just trying to stay loose. And, like we had been highlighting, extensive work done on that right leg. And they're going to need him, but they're going to need him at or near 100%.
Yeah, they're taping Colin Tony's
Yeah, but you know what?
left ankle.
Just to have him on the field, okay?
Yeah.
You got to have someone assigned to him, Matt. You know, they didn't have anybody to worry about with, you know, Lupo maybe, but no one else really to worry about speed-wise on that play, you know, on that series inside the 10-yard line.
The Curtis Harris 37-yard run, the only points scored here in the third quarter, good enough to give North a 3-point lead with the Campos extra point kick. It's 28? Doing the math wrong. 28-24. They're up by 4.
24.
Yes. 24-21, now 28-24. So BG will get the ball back here, we think. Question is field position. Campos, who has had an onside kick in this game, kicks it. His best kick of the game is going to go into the end zone for barely for a touchback.
Yeah, I tell you, right.
Almost didn't make it. And then that would have been a live ball and a tough run back.
That would have been game
for
time.
Joey Lupo.
That would have been game time.
To get pinned that deep?
Yep,
yeah.
They would not recover from that.
And guys, an update on Colin Tony. No tape, another bag of ice.
Oh, that's ice.
Another bag of ice. I've been looking at him for the last minute or so through the binoculars.
Yeah, I'm going to put some tape in my drink after the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to feel for the guy, but the difference that he makes that we have seen, it's been tangible since he has come out. Nashua North just attacking the middle, and the big run for Harris called back on the penalty. He goes back on the next play and does it with even more yardage.
So Guertin on offense now. Sam Raitt in the shotgun. Pair of receivers, left and right. He's going to hand this ball off, and Plumlee makes a nice cut. Has a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play on first down.
And for BG, Tom said it. Maybe John said, I'm getting you guys mixed up all game, but
this is going to really count against you tomorrow morning. You know that.
I was going to say, there's no
on radio. That's really going to count against you.
But Bishop Guertin is still in this game on the scoreboard. They don't have any need to rush. They just can take their time here and not have to worry. Do what Nashua North did. Take 6-7 minutes off the clock with a long sustained drive.
Second down and 4. Raitt fakes the handoff. The ball's off the fingertips of Tanner McLaughlin and nearly picked off by the North Cemetery. Was Joey Lupo was the intended receiver?
Yeah, looks like it.
They had 27 on it. But second down. Make it third down and 4.
It's time to see the rate that we saw in the first half.
One of the North guys jumped, and that's going to give a gift
that's the
first
third
down.
time. It might be Maldonado. He's done it twice already.
It was Max Shepard at that right tackle position. Big number 73. Maldonado has not made as much of an impact and really hasn't been on the field as much as we saw early on in this season. He has a touchdown tonight, but really has been an underused player, in my opinion, the last couple of weeks for Nashua North.
Let's see if Raitt goes with the same play he was going to go with on 3rd and 4, which might have been a passing play. They look like they might be sticking with it. He's rolling to his left. He's going to tuck it under his arm and run. Raitt has about 7 or 8 yards on the first down carry.
Too much for him to go, and he gets out to the 39.
And it was a good job by Plumlee on the outside, getting that edge block, and Raitt taking the game over with the legs like we saw in the first half. It's a gain of 7 yards there, but Plumlee a good block on the outside to give him a running lane.
What was that play before it for the first down?
Penalty.
Oh, the penalty, that's right. The 5-yard penalty, that's right.
Shotgun, 1-step drop. Raitt fires, and it is complete. Wow, right at the top of the turf. Lupo went down and got it, cradled it in his belly about an inch above the turf, and it is a completion.
Hit him right in the gut.
For the first down. They moved the chains. That one surprised the chain gang over there. They Kind of reluctant to move. 1st and 10. Raitt has his offense on the move, trailing by 4 points. 10 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. This will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Sam Raitt hands it off to Plumlee. Yeah, was that Plumlee?
Was Plumlee.
Yeah, it was. And he gets a nice gain on 1st down to end the 3rd quarter on a positive note for Guertin.
I'll tell you, if I'm Guertin, if I'm able to run the ball effectively, because my defense is so tired,
it might be one of those games where whoever's got the ball last
try to
wins.
Beat North in its own game in terms of ball control.
But Tom, to your point earlier, this BG team does play.
Fun with those highlighters?
Oh, I'm making a highlighter sword. I got to have some point at you if I can catch the eye.
I like that.
But it's
blue and yellow.
It's to your point earlier that BG does play a lot of players on both sides of the ball. So on the one side of the coin, your aggressive up the middle running game could run down this defense of Nashua North, but then in turn those same guys on the offensive line and even Sam Raitt, the quarterback who plays on defense, they'll be tired on the defensive side of the ball as well. But Nashua North has not had a deep strike offense the whole game. When they've had success, it's been going on the ground for long, sustained drives. So the fatigue may not play as much of a factor until you get, play 9, 10, 11 into these drives.
So Guertin's offense trots back out onto the field. 12 minutes remain in this one, at least, here as we begin the 4th quarter going in the other direction. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Cardinals. Raitt in the shotgun. Plumlee, the lone running back. 3 receivers to the left. The handoff is to the middle, and very short gain on the play.
And that's going to be Steve Larkin around the outside.
Somebody said there was a...
Yeah, he delivered a hit right to Sam Raitt after he had given the ball, well after he had given the ball away. An unnecessary penalty in the open field right in front of the referee. You have to call that one.
Do I see any... Are they
Raitt
marking it off?
Raitt carried the ball now? He did, didn't he?
No, Raitt gave it off to Plumlee, but it was the shove after the
foul
play.
against the Titans.
Ouch, that's a 15-yarder probably.
That's unnecessary in the greatest terms, because Raitt was nowhere near the play. You had no reason to go after him there, and it cost your team 15 yards, puts the ball on your side of the field. If you're Nashua North.
Big penalty.
Larkin putting the hand up, acknowledging, my bad,
From the 48, it'll go down to about the 37-yard line.
And that's a huge swing in momentum. All of a sudden, we saw the kick earlier from Huntsman.
Yeah.
You're getting close to his range.
Now, still, still would give it a lead.
At worst, it would bring them within a point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they want to give the ball back to North.
You got to go for a touchdown here.
You got to go.
Sam Raitt's going to throw it. It's complete. Lupo has about 5 on the play, maybe 4.
But again, you see that Lupo is the only one they really. Hisco's not out there.
He's still on the sideline.
He's got his helmet on. That's the difference. But he's down on the ground. Lupo's the only one they really have to worry about. That's not going to cut it. They need Hisco out there. They need that speed.
And still no Anderson on the offensive side of the ball.
Raitt back in the shotgun. Is going to fake the handoff. Throws it, and it is incomplete. Intended for Lupo.
I'll tell you what. That's a touchdown waiting to happen for North.
Ryan Ali getting up in coverage.
Ali catches that ball.
Yeah. Gone.
It's see you later.
But it goes as an incompletion.
That is not a good play.
3rd down and 7 coming up here for the Cardinals. They do have a kicker that can kick a field goal from almost this
not from here. No, they've got it. They've got to. I look for Giletto if
You got safety help that way though.
Keeper Raitt up the middle. Sam Raitt has the 1st down. He's inside the 20.
Wow, that's a burst.
And we haven't seen that Sam Raitt since late in the first half. Just the guy that says, you know what, we need the 3rd down. It's going to be me. I'm going to put it on my shoulders. And he's done that with success whenever he has decided to do that.
That's only his 2nd carry. Don't forget they haven't had the ball that much. So
Plumlee.
That's only his 2nd carry.
Has room. Slants it up to about the 15 before he's thrown down. Good 1st down gain for the Cardinals as they've got a methodical drive of their own going here to begin the 4th quarter.
And one thing that stuck out to me so far from Ben Plumlee, 155 pounds, but he runs with some conviction, really carrying these piles with him. Not something that you would expect from a 6'1", 155 lanky running back like Plumlee.
That's true. Sam Raitt in the shotgun. Plumlee is his lone running back. He's going to follow him on a rollout, looking to pass. He throws it. It is off the fingertips, of number 34, Devon Amaral.
Right through his hands.
And that's a tough pass to make for Raitt, for any quarterback, really. Again, rolling to that offhand side. He delivered a strike off that back foot.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback.
Right through the hands.
Is.
And I want to thank his mom for those lollipops that we got at halftime.
Is that his mom?
That was his mom.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, Sam Raitt's mom was up here.
Would have been nicer to her if I'd known. I'll tell you what, the one thing this offense lacks, tight end. They really lack the big tight end.
I haven't called any
that's
tight end.
Really, that's really what they could use down here, and they don't have one.
And it forces them to keep their running back in pass protection a lot of times.
Raitt completed to Lupo. He's got a loophole inside the 10
nice
for a first down.
Nice choice of words, because they found the hole in the defense.
So now all of a sudden, within striking distance, and okay, did you just see that on the near side? Lupo was coming off to the sideline.
That was not good acting.
No, the coach he was coming off on a limp.
I see.
And the coach on the sideline with the hands up was telling him to go down.
He did tell him to go down.
I'm not sure if you guys caught
all right,
that or
so
not,
I won't accuse Mr. Lupo of acting that he has a cramp, but the coaches were told him to go down on the field and not run off the field.
He was limping when he was coming off the field.
Because they would have had to replace him and get somebody to go out there before the delay of game too, right?
Yep.
We've seen teams in college football do that on the defensive side of the ball when a quick strike offense like namely Marcus Mariota and Oregon. That's the last time I can really remember it. These teams that just go up and down the field, no huddle play after no huddle play, and you get a defensive lineman faking the injury to just get a breather. But this looks like a little bit of a different scenario.
Joey Lupo just caught that pass, a big play for the Cardinals to get the first down. I don't want to wish a cramp on anybody, but that's better than an injury.
That's all
he's walking down.
He's okay? Yeah.
He's fine. Slap 75.
Yeah.
Where's his go?
That's what I'm looking for.
He's in. He's on the field. He's in the huddle.
See, again, defensively, if you're North and you know he's in, you've got to worry about somebody on him.
And he's going to the right with trips right here for Sam Raitt, who has this offense clicking.
Going to the open side of the field in that bunch formation.
Goal to go from the 7. First down. Raitt rolling to his right, looking for somebody open. He throws it, and it is
wide open.
Touchdown! Is that Devon Amaral?
Yes, it is.
Devon Amaral, the open receiver. Sam Raitt found him. Brilliant quarterbacking has Bishop Guertin back on top in this game.
You know, he almost dropped it.
Yeah,
I watched the whole play on the binocular. He almost dropped it.
He took a big hit from Momini.
And that's when he kind of juggled a little bit when he was falling to the ground. He held on.
He was open earlier on in the play, and Raitt was avoiding the pressure.
Wow.
His eyes looking towards the corner of the end zone, and then all of a sudden over the middle, you could just see his eyes light up.
So now, you ask yourself,
kick.
if you're Nashua North, are you afraid they panic and get away from that ball control offense? I think if you're North and you chew up 7 minutes on the clock running the ball, you really put in score. You really put Guertin in a quandary.
This thing too, if you chew up 7 minutes, you better score because you're leaving yourself less time to finish the deal.
And one thing we've seen from Lovelace so far is he's been cool under pressure, not only in the pocket but in big situations, namely on these big third down conversions for him. So if there's a guy in this game that I'm comfortable with leading the team down the field, it is Mike Lovelace. He's made the plays when he's needed to thus far tonight, and I think he's got a couple of big runs still left in him.
And another thing you have to consider, you got 2 good kickers in this game. It's a 3-point game. Don't be surprised if North,
this is a tremendous football
team. If North
team
has a 4th down and they don't think they, 4th and more than 5 yards, they'll bring, if they drive all the way down the field, they'll bring Campo out to kick the field goal to tie it.
This is a tremendous football game we're seeing here, gentlemen. And
it's about time, isn't it?
In our history of doing games together. No, it is. It's totally about time.
We haven't seen very many good games.
No, we have not. And I'll tell you, in our history of doing games together, Tom, I don't think I've seen one game decided by a kick. This could be the game tonight.
This could be the game. I saw one game decided by a kicker. It was Exeter Guertin. And Tom Manti was the kicker from Bishop Guertin.
This ball is going to go out of bounds.
Oh, great decision there from Ali to let it go out of bounds.
It was risky because
so they're either going to ask for the re-kick or they'll take it at the 35.
I think you take it at the 35. With the way that Huntsman has been kicking, I think you've got to take it at the 35.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't want to let him have a redo.
No.
1st and 10 from the 35. I believe that North will decline the penalty or accept the field position, I should say, and not ask for the re-kick.
Yep, that's where they're going to mark the ball off, too.
To take the ball from their own 35.
And that's a good decision. So 10:08 left in the game, down by 3. Got to get it to the red zone.
Yeah, so what's Caio Campos' field goal range? Do we know?
We haven't seen him stretch it out too far. They've really gone for it on a lot of 4th downs, but you got to get points out of this drive in one way or another.
Lovelace straight drop, throws it back to the left, but BG is able to stop. Nope, forward. Pretty good gain on 1st down.
To Roulette.
About 7 yards.
Roulette runs the ball well.
Ethan Holt had him wrapped up, but Roulette just kind of kept spinning.
Yeah.
Put him in the washing machine, just kind of kept going around and around. Fought his way for an extra 5 or 6 yards, and now it's a 2nd down and 2 after the gain of 8 on the screen.
Watch me put on my washing machine move and get 4 or 5 more yards after catch.
That's the circle button or B in Madden, depending on what system you have. Yeah.
I like it. Oh, it's actually 2nd and 2 here after that great move by Willette. 9:28 left in the game. North trails by 3. Curtis Harris has the 1st down. Tackled at about the 45.
They'll give it to him most likely. Depends on the spot here. It's right on the line, so it is. Yep.
And that's all you need. I mean, just keep generating these 1st downs.
He was just one grip away from breaking that, and he couldn't quite get away.
They got to stay away. As good as they've been on 3rd down, they got to stay away from getting into 3rd down situations. If you can average 4 or 5 yards a rush,
I just think you keep running the ball.
Oh, yeah.
And they have to not turn it over is a big thing, too.
Don't fumble it.
Harris has
again,
it. He's up the middle, and he has the 1st down
when
again.
Curtis Harris is running well is when he's standing up straight.
He's going to be a half yard short of the 1st down, it looks like.
No, I think he's got it. Oh, you're right.
You're right, yeah. And that's just fine.
Yeah, it is.
You really have 3 plays now to gain a yard and run this clock down.
Just run it down.
The fatigue factor's got to be settling.
For Guertin's defense, it may not take that long.
We're not seeing as many stops for no gain or losses on the play as we did earlier from this BG run defense. Handoff up the middle, and good stop there by BG as Montmagny falls forward for maybe 2.
And there you go. Just keep grinding, keep getting 3-4 yards a rush.
But a 1st down, it stops the clock.
And they're keeping the rushers really fresh. They've been going back and forth between Montmagny and Harris, and even Austin Ouellette getting in the action. I definitely think they find a way to get the ball in his hands. He's been the big play receiver for them. So if they're going down the field, it's going to be to Austin Ouellette.
And here's the exciting part, folks. If and when North does score the way Sam Rait's been playing, don't turn off this game until he's had his last touch of the ball. There's a run to the side. Montmagny's going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
Sure, yeah, he lost.
And that was Ethan Holt again. The 2nd time this drive, he's just held on and waited for the help. And
number 44, just a sophomore.
And Montmagny was close to breaking that one around the outside, like he's done a couple of times so far in this game. So that makes that an even greater play for Holt.
Guys, some other scores not high school football related. Syracuse leads Clemson, 17-14 at the half.
Is that in the Orange Dome? Where do they play?
I don't know.
The Carrier Dome.
The Yankees and Astros are scoreless in the 4th.
I would imagine it is. Shotgun. Lovelace fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws back the other way. Wide open receiver at the 30. That's number 2, Sam Nichols, who's out of bounds at about the 14.
And rolling right, Lovelace was looking for Roulette, but he was locked up on Sam Raitt, turning back, and a busted coverage. Nichols wide open heading down on that sideline.
Nichols could have had lunch before he caught that football.
Great play call and execution by North.
And it's almost better that he did not score there because now they have the ball, like I said at the beginning of the drive, inside the red zone. They got it at the 15, a chance to take off some more time with some runs.
I feel like regardless of whether North scores in 1 minute or 3 minutes here, it's still going to be plenty of time for Raitt to have that one last drive.
To me right now, that's the play of the game right there.
Handoff is up the middle, and a second burst there. It looked like Harris hit inside the 5.
Yeah, that was Montmagny.
Was it Montmagny?
Yep, Montmagny, 27.
Brian Montmagny with the carry.
And they're going no huddle.
No huddle.
Why?
And they're going to get the 12th man. And they got it right there.
And twisting towards the line of scrimmage, the goal line, it is no indication yet from the officials.
And the referee,
ball carrier seems to be sitting on the goal line.
is short. No, he was short. He was away from the goal line.
But the referees missed Caleb Kearney. He was about 10 yards from the sideline as the 12th man on the field, and the referees did not catch it. That's why they went no huddle, to catch Kearney on the coming in off the sideline. They went no huddle. He was coming out of the play.
Yeah, so the NFL calls it in high school. I guess it depends on whether
they got a couple more cameras in the NFL.
Yeah, I guess it depends on whether he has an impact in the high school game. That one is close to a touchdown. It is a touchdown. The officials indicate. Was that Maldonado?
Looks to be Montminy.
It was.
Montminy with the touchdown.
He was not by much.
He was stuffed on the initial effort and just reached the ball over as he was spun around.
Yeah, not by. His body was out of the end zone.
Feels like the last team with possession is going to win this thing, but there's still a long way to go. 6:17 left. This is a key extra point here. It is good by Caio Campos, and we have a 4-point game again. 35-31. Campos has been perfect on extra points, and that's been a key here because if he wasn't, they'd be within a field goal of tying it up. But it's 35-31. 5 touchdowns in the game for North, 4 touchdowns and a field goal for the Cardinals. But Sam Raitt and his what has been a potent Bishop Guertin offense tonight will get the ball back here, barring a turnover on the kickoff. So stay tuned.
And Nashua North going down the field really at ease. That drive was reminiscent of one of their first couple of drives where it seemed that they could really do no wrong. They ran to the outside, got big chunks of yards. The pass play broke it down the field, big chunks of yards. They needed a touchdown near the goal line. It took them 2 tries, but a relatively effortless trip into the end zone for Nashua North there.
True, and they got a lot of people involved and good play calling and execution, and the BG defense that was getting more worn down by the play.
And that's been the evolution that we've seen from Nashua North on offense this year, is really getting a ton of guys involved. Curtis Harris really forming into one of the most potent parts of this offense. At the beginning of the year, it was the R.J. Jenkins and Mike Lovelace show. Now they're getting everybody involved.
Campos kick, a high end over end toward the right side, fielded at the 15. Nice nifty move up the left hash, breaking it toward the middle. Was Tyler Faulkner, number 21?
That's Anderson, 23.
23, there was Anderson with the run back to midfield.
How far in that run back?
Came from the 15.
Wow. All the way out to the 47.
So there you go, Tom Anderson getting in the game with the ball in his hands. I haven't seen him much on the offense.
Yeah, I wonder why.
But he's in the huddle now,
probably
so they're going
to. Yeah, he's out there now, right?
they're going to go with him.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in the backfield.
Yeah, he is in the backfield.
No Plumlee here.
Brett Anderson gets the call after that great kick return. It's 6:09 to go, trailing by 4. Raitt and the BG offense with the ball. The handoff is to Anderson. He gets a couple.
And Hisco on the sideline for that play. He's going to stay there. I'll keep an eye on that because that's going to be a major factor as to the play calling on this drive for BG. He's up with the helmet on, walking around.
Raitt with the shotgun snap. Has Anderson as the lone running back. He's got Victor Gelato as the receiver, split to the near side left and then trips right. Looks like a passing formation, but we've seen also Raitt hold it and keep it on these. He's going to hand it off.
Got him.
Throws it down the middle. It's complete to Gelato. Slanting over the middle. Touchdown. A 50-yard touchdown pass play as Sam Raitt finds another receiver besides Austin Hisco and still works his magic.
I mentioned Gelato back early in the 3rd quarter. I said they ought to really try to get him the ball a little bit. He's a basketball player.
Great hands on that.
To come out.
Great run after the catch. And a strike
yards.
down the middle from Sam Raitt.
5-0 on the touchdown.
You said it, Tom. They hadn't gotten him involved in the offense. He'd been out there the entire game.
But if you're Guertin, you get the lead. But time-wise, big issue. 5:25 to go. Can the defense hold, or can North's offense keep plowing away the way they have? Because now they can't. run a fluid ball control. They're going to have to throw the ball a little bit.
I mean, 5:25 left. They've done, if they can get one big play to get them a chunk of 20, 30 yards, I don't see any reason why they can't go for a 5+ minute drive here, run the clock down as tight as they can, because they still have 3 timeouts.
5:25 to go, 38-35.
2 timeouts, pardon me.
Sam Raitt took less than a minute for that touchdown drive of just over 50 yards. They had that first run by Anderson and then that strike for 50 yards over the middle to Vic Gelato. A potent BG offense tonight. Both teams' offenses have been lighting up the scoreboard this evening. And we have a good 5:25 left to go. Anything could happen in this one. A tremendous football game. John Collins with Matt Neverett and Tom King. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman, upstairs.
These two sides going back and forth like a boxing match, really.
It's a treat to watch Hansman kick the football, too. End over end. Will that stay in bounds? This time it's a bobble and a difficult play for Sam Nichols. He's going to be tripped up and downed at about the 10.
Well, before that, yes. Wow. Right, probably on the 7. It looked like, and then he squirmed forward to get an extra couple of 2 or 3 yards.
Well, it was nearly a repeat of the previous kick by Hansman, but that time it didn't go out of bounds.
And that's what he was waiting for. He wanted to see which direction it bounced, but that one, a true end-over-end kick, just happened to be over on Nichols' side of the field, so it took the bounce and went straight up. He had no choice, and the other thing that I was looking at, his foot was tiptoeing on that sideline at the 2. This could have been a lot worse for Nashua North.
Imagine if you could do that as a kicker every time, you could probably make a lot of money in the NFL, right?
There's a lot of kickers that do.
Make it right on the 1, but keep it inbounds. Lovelace is going to throw it.
Oh, he's got more than a step. Oh, my goodness. He had a long way to go.
Hit as he threw it was Lovelace.
That looked.
The guy who brought pressure was number 78.
That looked like 90 yards for a touchdown all over. The Guertin's got to get set on defense.
You're right. The receiver was open, Tom, but I think Caleb Kearney bringing the pressure caused the and I don't call it a panic throw, but
a rush throw for sure.
A rush throw, yeah.
And with Colin Tony out, you were wondering who was going to step up, and it's been Caleb Kearney, the senior captain on a senior night here at Stellos Stadium.
Made life difficult there for Mike Lovelace. It's second down. He's going to hand it off. Harris has about 5.
You know, if you're at home
and
you're watching this game live, you're going to watch it over. You're going to want to watch it over. You really are.
Oh, yeah. A lot of highlight plays in this one.
Oh, my goodness. This is the game of the year, without a doubt.
3rd and 5 from the 15. A big play here, to say the least, for North.
Can it be 2-down territory? I don't know.
I think it has to be at this stage in the game.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
It's limited to no punt games shown so far for North.
And the way Sam Rait's been handling the football for
That's just
Bishop
it. You can't trust your defense anymore. You know, that's the thing. You can't trust it.
But, of course,
timeout North probably.
Yeah,
they want to talk it over. They came up with a great play, remember?
If I'm not mistaken, they have
1 left.
They have 1 left.
The last pass play when they were forced to come up with a play call, was it after a timeout when the Lovelace threw it to who'd they get?
That was Nichols on the far side. Yeah, that was.
That's right. So they have to come up with some kind of similar magic here.
And both sides have come out of the timeouts firing tonight.
Yeah.
I think 3 touchdowns, or at least plays of 30 or more yards, have come after timeouts for either side. So whatever these coaches are saying in the timeouts have been working. But this, with all the success that North has had on 3rd down, suffice to say, this is the biggest 3rd down of the game. Even though it is 4-down territory, you want to try to avoid that this early in the drive with this little time left.
4:28 in what has been a thrilling contest here. North has it. Lovelace dumps it in. It is incomplete. Montmany was open, but they couldn't connect.
They just threw it to that back shoulder. Seemed rushed. It looked like Montmany was open and Lovelace didn't see him, and then all of a sudden he rushed the throw. And just to that backside, Montmany able to just get a fingertip on it, but not nearly enough to be able to rein that one in. That's on Mike Lovelace.
They are going for it.
You have to. You have to at this point in the game. Less than 4.5 minutes left. Down by 3, and Tom, you said it. The defense has been letting them down, especially the big plays. When you got to batten down the hatches, It's big safety protection with Curtis Harris, and he's been beat a couple of times bad tonight on defense.
Clock stopped after that incompletion.
Here we go.
Loveless.
Game time here.
Straight drop, 4th down, throws it, and it's incomplete. Bishop Guertin's going to take it over on downs, and they're celebrating on the BG sideline.
Intended for Sam Nichols. The throw, once again, too far to the other shoulder, and that's a time Nichols had his man beat by a step. If you lead him just a little bit, he's good, but let him just too much there. Loveless, a good arm. He trusted it too much on that play.
If you're Guertin, you've got to score a touchdown here. You can't settle for a Huntsman field goal to give it a 6-point.
Well, you don't want overtime, Tom?
Well, no, that would make it. No, what I'm saying
they're
is
up
it would
3.
make it 35, 41, 35.
That's right, yeah.
North will win it.
Fortunately for BG here, they're able to take some time off the clock because they're at the 15-yard line. So if they get to the 5, they get a whole new set of downs.
I don't worry about the clock. I try to score as quickly as I can.
You got to run the ball. Here's Anderson.
Holding it, Rate is going to get dragged down after a short gain.
Yeah,
maybe 2.
What saved that play, number 29 for North. Donovan LeBate grabbed Rate's shirt, and that really
running play.
kept him.
Clock runs, 2nd and 7. Under 4 minutes to go as the clock rolls, and Rate looks to the sideline for the play call.
Yeah, I was going to say that. They're looking to the sideline. They're going to take plenty of time off here. Don't expect them to get this snap off until under 3:40.
Sam Rate in the shotgun.
I'm thinking they still need to throw the ball, but they're not going to do it.
Following the block by Anderson. Rate is going to go out of bounds.
See, that doesn't do it. Why have him run it if he's going to run out of bounds? That doesn't work.
Doesn't make sense for
no,
BG.
That does not work.
3:36 to go. It's a good play for North's defense.
That's a great play for the Titans right there.
And this would be the biggest stop of the game because Huntsman.
See, that's why I told you. That's why I said they have to play it like it's middle of the game. They shouldn't have worried about the clock.
Right.
They should worry about getting in the end zone. That's what they needed to do.
Brett Anderson is the lone running back. Trips right for Sam Elliott. Giletto is again the receiver near side left. Elliott hands it off. Anderson is inside the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown.
Oh my goodness.
Brett Anderson with a 10-yard run for the touchdown that gets the touchdown that Tom King said they so desperately needed. 44-35.
We were wondering when we were going to see Anderson on the offense. He got the vote of confidence after the long kick return, and then the last 2 drives had been the running back in the backfield, and it pays off, scoring that 10-yard touchdown run that should ice this game.
The kick by Huntsman is good. 45-35, 10-point difference with 3:30 left to go.
And how about it?
Well, you mentioned how Mike Loveless and his offense and their previous drive, everything seemed to be working. Same could be said for the BG offense. They go on the ground, they go on the air, and they make it work.
And it's been a game of droughts and really hot streaks because starting out the game, it was all Nashua North. BG came storming back, and then it seemed that it was all.
BG was down 14-0.
And then it seemed it was all Nashua North for a big chunk of that middle part of the game.
It changed on the punt play.
It did at midfield.
It completely changed. I'm sorry, that's what did it.
Tom's talking about a 4th down and 10 from the 50.
I think it was
and North went for
a little bit closer, yeah, 4th and 6 or 7.
Okay.
But yeah, and then
4th and 10.
Was it 10? Yeah.
4th and 10.
They needed to get to the 40, and they
decided
to go for it.
Put them back. It was, and they got 10 yards back with Loveless running it, and then he threw incomplete.
Incomplete.
And then the last 2 or so drives, it's been all Nashua North and BG scoring at ease. Their last 2 times down the field. Granted, the last one they only needed 15 yards total.
Right. Huntsman kicks it away and he booms it. And we have a touchback. Even though he didn't go to a knee, they still call it a touchback in high school. Ryan Ali had his feet inside the goal line, so it's going to be brought out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Titans. That took no time off the clock.
And at this point in the game, BG defense can back off a little bit because you know Nashua North has to go to the air. They need to score, and they need to score in the next minute and a half.
They can't be methodical.
No, they got to go down the field.
They need to score quickly.
They're going to target Austin Ouellette down the field, and wouldn't be surprised if Harris is also another target. They're both going to be on the near side
Oh, yeah.
With Rate, the safety help.
A lot of time left in this football game, though. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of time left.
They need to score. They need to score quick.
Yeah, and that's not their game. But it's going to be a
handoff, a halfback pass. It's underthrown. It's picked off by Sam Rate. Or they're going to call it incomplete.
He dropped it. He got hit right away by Ouellette. A nice play by Ouellette to push. He pushed Rate, and it caused him to drop the ball.
And North ran this play last week against Pinkerton. Pinkerton jumped out to a 14-0 advantage after their first 2 drives. It was 14-0, and it was the first quarter. A handoff to Montminy on the outside. He's got a good arm. He found Austin Ouellette wide open on the outside. They tried it there, but Rate playing that good safety role like we've been talking about all game.
A whistle at the snap. Timeout.
Timeout BG.
BG called timeout. The defense called a timeout just before the snap on 2nd and 10 from the 20. 3:22 to go in the game. Part of the authors of this great game that we're watching is the coaching staffs for both teams. As we've mentioned, the head coach for North is Dante Lorendi, the head coach for BG, Jeff Moore. Dante Lorendi's assistants are Chad Zabolis, Kyle Tave, Rob Russell, Zach Harris, Tony Santorsa, Rick Leavenworth, and Brad Crick. And Jeff Moore's assistants, John Cuneo, Sean Fagan, Jason Hill, and Max Morelli. Congratulations to everybody that's involved in this terrific high school football contest here at Stellos Stadium on Friday, October 13 of 2017. 3:22 remaining, a 10-point deficit for North as they try to score as quickly as they can. They're going to hand it off up the middle. Good gain for Montminy.
That's fine, though. If you're BG,
you'll take
you got
those,
some yards,
right?
but the clock keeps ticking.
And they got to take another shot, Nashua North does, in the next play or 2. Wouldn't be surprised if they ran it again here, but they got to take a shot down the field.
2-step drop. Lovelace fires it, and a man was open, but it looked like Nichols short-armed it when he received that ball.
Yeah,
he might have been able to grab that.
Nichols should have caught that ball.
And Lovelace found the seam crossing midfield, and that's about as far over the middle as he'll throw the ball. But that inside shoulder of Nichols was open. Lovelace just a bit too quick to that inside.
So it'll be 3rd down and 2nd down and 10.
I think they go to the air again.
And he will. Lovelace puts it up, and he's got a man, and it's complete this time. It's Nichols down the middle. He catches this one inside the 20.
Well, I tell you, fool me once.
Yeah.
They just
37-yard
should have
pass
expected
play.
it again, and they weren't ready for it.
Well, they put Nichols on the other
yards.
They put Nichols on the other side and ran the exact same route.
Yeah, the ball was on the 33 of North. It's on the 29.
They found a soft spot in this BG defense that they like.
On the run, and it's batted down at the line.
48, Cote, the senior captain. Great job of staying with. He was getting blocked. Lovelace trying to go right over top of him, but just able to get a mitt on it.
So North needing to score quickly, down 10. We're a few ticks under 3 minutes left to go now in the game.
And an onside kick is probably going to happen if they
yeah.
score. But if you're BG, you want to make them take another minute off the clock here.
Oh, definitely. Lovelace drops straight back. He throws to the right. He's got Montminy dancing around a defender inside the 10.
Big play there. You know why? Montminy did not get out of bounds.
But he got a first down.
Yeah, did he or didn't he?
And that stops the
they're
clock.
going to give it to him.
Oh, see, that stopped the clock.
If I'm Montminy,
now they're running.
Goal to go, right? Goal to go from the 8-yard line. Lovelace going to run to his left, looking to throw it. Throws it, complete. Touchdown, North with 2:37 to go to Nichols for the touchdown.
And that rollout to the left has worked for both sides tonight. Lovelace into some open space. Nichols found that seam about 2-3 yards deep into the end zone, and the strong arm of Mike Lovelace delivering a strike off that back foot. And don't turn your TV sets off yet, folks.
Offensive slugfest here. It's 45-41 PG. Now it's a 3-point game as Campos hits his 6th extra point of the game. 6 touchdowns for North, and
but here's
Campos
the key.
Perfect.
North, 1 time out left. So my guess is it'll come down to a 3rd down play for Guertin, and they're going to have to convert it. Otherwise, they're going to have to give the ball back up.
Wow.
they're going to have to earn it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It only took North.
The possibility does loom though. If
it only took North less than a minute.
If North gets the ball back here with this score, if they're able to get this onside kickback, they could get a field goal to tie it.
Took North 53 seconds
That's
to
it.
score.
Yeah. So that went according to plan for the Titans. They got a quick score. They are down by 3, 2:37 to go, and I think everybody in the building and watching at home knows what's coming next.
And Tom, you said it, it's going to come down to one stop. If BG is able to convert really more than one first down, they're going to be able to hold on.
What they got to worry about right now is they got to worry about getting this onside kick.
Campos dribbles it. It is fielded cleanly by Guertin's defense, return team.
Yeah, that was James Kriegel, 15.
Yeah, sophomore, 5'9", $165. Great job there. He was like a catcher on a pass ball.
Yeah.
We've been watching these divisional round playoff games. He went down to the knee, just took it off the chest, and fell right on top of it.
2:37 to play. Let's set the scene for you, people. 2:37 to play. Guertin 1st and 10 at their 48. I say they get a first down, they win the game. With North only having one timeout left.
Pressure on the North defense to come up with a stop here.
I think the pressure's more on the Guertin offense here because of what they need to do.
Rate is downed in the backfield.
It's
Loss
be a
of
loss.
1.
Yeah.
It's a loss of 2.
And they had a good edge rush. That's what you're going to need to have, is just have your big guys in the trenches, hold the line, and hope that you can get a good edge rush, because you know one way or another Rate's going to be involved in the run.
After that loss, I think Rate is going to have to put the ball up at some point.
Yeah.
Trips to the near side.
He's been effective, but it's not something you relish doing when you're up 3 late to put the ball up.
Soft coverage as well with no safety help. Man on man all the way.
They're going to take this down all the way to the 2 minutes.
And Plumlee running around the side is tackled after a gain of maybe 2 or 3.
And here comes your 3rd down play, and if I'm not mistaken, they'll let you call time here.
I don't think they're gonna. I think they're gonna save it.
I mean, they'll get the ball with 1:20 if they can.
I don't think they want.
Get a stop
I don't think
here.
they want Bishop Guertin to think about a play here. They're just going to let him run it, try to get it back.
Can't jump off sides though if you're Nashua North.
1:37 to play.
Ray trying to draw him offside.
Tried the hard count.
Yep. Getting a play call now. Guertin does have the option to punt here on the next down, and they could make life difficult for North to go the length of the field with under a minute to go. So they need to not turn it over, and they take the delay of game.
Yep.
So really, I mean, I don't know how North was, Bishop Guertin planned to get that first down, if they planned to put it up.
Well, that's the second time in crunch time that they have not been able to get a playoff. It was
But they're going to be able to run the ball here, take more time off the clock before they punt it.
Well, they can't now.
North is not going to get too much time when and if they do get the ball back.
Right.
Again, trips to the near side, no safety help. It's Nichols on the far side helping out with the receiver over there.
You're right, though. If I'm Guertin, I want to run the ball. I don't want to throw it here, but they're going to.
He looks like he's going to put it up and try to
the
get
option,
the first
but
down.
he's near the sideline. He's going to throw it.
And it's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
It stops the clock.
It was an incomplete pass anyway. So.
What a job by the Nashua North defensive line. Rate did not have anywhere to run to. It looked like at one point he was trying to tuck the ball and turn it upfield, but they just shadowed him down the line of scrimmage.
Rate had the option to throw it, but if I were him, I would have run the ball across the 50-yard line and then punt it.
Well, we have not seen any block punts in this game.
So they're getting the ball back with a lot of time.
Salem did block a BG punt last week.
They did, but you know what you have to worry about here? You got to worry about Nichols being able to, or is that Nichols or is that Ali? It's Nichols. You got to worry about a run back.
They get the punt away.
And they go right to him. Why I don't understand.
Nichols gets to the outside. Nichols to the 50, out of bounds.
Yep, see,
and North has a chance.
That's what I told you, the run back. They should not have punted the ball to him.
One timeout, 58 seconds to go.
You got the ball where? About the 25?
And they got a pretty good kicker in Kyle Campos.
Yep,
if they need that.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
50 yards to go, 58 and a half seconds to do it. This is the drive of a lifetime needed for Mike Lovelace.
Yep. I'm seeing a tie game on the kick.
I think North can
in the
score here easily.
shotgun.
They did it in 53 seconds, guys. They can do it in 58 and a half.
And Raitt one-on-one with Ouellette on the near side. They're going to let him get out there, not letting him get deep, and a penalty flag out.
What was this?
12 men on the field. So it'll be a penalty on North. I believe they had too many men.
Oh, apparently BG had too many linebackers out there.
Yeah. Somebody had too many men. The coaches here were screaming, but it's down that way.
Yeah, it's against Guertin.
Yeah,
it's
5 yards.
Make Mike Lovelace's job a little bit easier here as he's trying to go only 45 yards now in 58 seconds with 1 timeout.
Makes it that much easier. Every yard here counts.
And the way the offenses have been going in this game, you almost feel like North has the advantage in the game, even though they're down by 3. But they still have to go those 45 yards.
The pass play on 3rd down, the number of seconds that could have ticked off with a run, falling down, let the clock tick down, take another 5-yard penalty, move the ball back and delay a game.
But run it.
And BG calling a timeout there.
Didn't make sense to me with him throwing the football because it just bought North more time. And I'll tell you what, the way they cover in the secondary, I think that North, this is just exactly what North wants.
And one thing that was interesting for me to see when they were setting up for that play was that Raitt was guarding Ouellette, but Raitt was giving him about 20, 25 yards of cushion, not going to get beat deep by the speed threat of Austin Ouellette. Now they have a man right on him on the line of scrimmage with Raitt playing in a 2-deep safety help role. So they're going to bump and run at the line of scrimmage. Look for the middle to be wide open.
Lovelace, 1-step drop, fires, it's complete on the sideline. Montmagny knocked out of bounds, but they get a 1st down and they stop the clock.
That wasn't Montmagny, that was number 17, Nick Bala.
Nick Bala.
And his role has expanded throughout the year. Didn't get a ton of touches in the first couple of weeks, but now that we're here in week 7, his offensive role is expanding, the junior.
I need new contacts. Nick Bala with a nice catch. And that only took a few ticks off the clock. 54 seconds left. Lovelace heaves it to the right, and Bala gets out of bounds on this side of the field after a gain of about 5.
Going to mark him to the 31-yard line, rather.
Gain isn't important. The out of bounds is. Actually, they are playing this to perfection.
Actually picked up closer to 6 yards on that. Second and 4. Lovelace rolling to his left, looking to pass, fires down toward the corner. It's a party down there, and it is incomplete. At least 2, maybe 3 defenders joining the receiver. Was that Ouellette?
Yeah, that was Austin
Ouellette. He was double covered, but it looks like it may be Giletto down hurt.
Yeah, that is.
Lupo and Giletto were on the coverage.
And for Lovelace, selling out all the way, rolling to the left, that was his target the entire time. Really stared him down. That allowed the safety to go over there. And it's Giletto, the man that's down, who was on the coverage.
Now you pay a little bit more attention to the down marker, okay?
All right.
So right now they're in 4-down territory.
They are, but it's still, you've got to pay attention to that now.
And I think that they're saving that timeout for when they want to run the ball. I don't think you have to run the ball here on this 3rd down.
Yeah, I'm thinking that this is going to be, unless North scores a touchdown, this game's going to go in overtime because Campo's going to be able to get down there. They'll get it down. I think North will at least get the ball down inside the 20-yard line, and that's within Campo's range.
So Victor Giletto looking good as he jogs toward the sideline here. Is he holding his shoe in his hand, or what is that?
Water bottle.
A water bottle, okay.
Same color, though.
Yeah, I thought it was one of his cleats, but it is a water bottle. So he's out of the game for the moment. Mike Lovelace looking to pass to his over the middle, and a good coverage in the middle. Number 32, Joey Lupo, and it's going to be 4th down.
Now you pay attention to the down marker, see?
Well, they were going shorter on the distance there, Tom. They wanted the first down clearly and maybe some run after the catch, but the game rides on this play.
And I think you have to pass it here, but I think they're going to have Lovelace rolling out to the left with Montmany staying in the backfield to block.
I blitz Lovelace.
Oh yeah, I think
come right after him.
You have to have Montmany in the backfield to block. They're going to stack the line of scrimmage though.
39 seconds. North needs 4 yards for the first down, and they get it. Montmany with the first down, and he gets out of bounds at the 20.
Wow.
A game-saving pass completion for North as they keep their hopes alive. Down 3, 45-42.
How did that happen?
Coming out of the backfield.
They were worried about the guys down the field. They didn't worry about the man coming out of the backfield in Montmany.
He was in there to protect, and he comes out of the backfield, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now you're in Campo range.
Yeah. 32 seconds remains.
But this is
BG trying to keep North out of the end zone.
I don't think North is thinking this.
Lovelace is rolling to his right, looking to pass. He throws it into the corner. Coverage. Good coverage. No pass completion available there.
Coverage.
Sam
Raitt was thinking interception.
Yeah, he was. He almost picked off the ball and won the game. So I guess that was the wrong guy to target.
It was one-on-one. It was one-on-one coverage with Ouellette on the outside, which normally is a good recipe. But Raitt has been a great cover man, especially in these tight situations. He's made a couple of big plays, knocking the ball down. He's almost had 2 picks.
One of the big things, though, is they haven't gotten to Lovelace to try to force
Lovelace straight drop. He's going to step it up. He throws it. He had a man, and then is caught for the touchdown.
Touchdown.
Mike Lovelace improvises, makes the throw. The catch is completed at the goal line, a diving catch, and North takes the lead with 20 seconds left on the clock.
That was Montmany on the catch. Unbelievable. Lovelace was almost down. He was falling, and he leans forward and gets the pass off.
And for Montmany, that ball was leading him. He ran under that ball. Great job by Lovelace to put some air underneath it. Montmany falling into the catch as well.
Campos' kick is good. Caio Campos been perfect tonight.
What a football game.
Wow. 49-45. North comes all the way back. Less than a minute, they score. 2 touchdowns.
Best part about that drive,
waning minutes.
The best part about that drive, they didn't use the timeout. They had 54 seconds left. They needed to get 45 yards after the penalty.
You know what they were saving the timeout for?
If they needed the kick, yeah.
They needed the kick.
They didn't need it. They're going to be able to hold this one in the back pocket if they're able to hold on defense.
What a pass play. Mike Lovelace to Brian Montmany. It looked like it might have been an overthrow, but Montmany was able to make the adjustment and make the diving catch. So 20 seconds remain. It's enough for a kick here and a last-second heave by BG, depending on where they get the ball on the field.
And Anderson and Lupo have done a good job of returning the kicks that have gone their way. Campo has been keeping the ball away from them. But a good return here, he may be up to the 35, 40-yard line. That gives Raitt a chance, even with 2 plays, if the first one is incomplete.
Right. So we'll see if North's able to pin him deep here with this kick by Caio Campos. 7 extra points he's kicked in this game tonight. This is going to go out of bounds, it looks like. It does. That takes no time off the clock.
More time off the clock, but the only way you can do it if you're Guertin, if you hit Hisco or somebody fast over the middle.
Giletto, 2.
One of the 2.
Yeah, well, Giletto had just gone down with the injury. We'll see if they even send him out there.
He was out there defensively. Yeah, that's when he got hurt.
He looked to be good.
He is back out
there. So if you're North, you just make sure you got
over though.
They're making him
your best guys at safety and make sure you can make that play.
They're having him redo the kick.
They're having him redo the kick.
You know why?
It would have been a gain of 5. We'll see if they can get it. Yeah. They've been very good on special teams.
They want the return. They think they can score on it.
The special teams is something that Nashua North was keying on for this BG team coming in, that they were very good on the special teams. And with Anderson and Lupo, these were 2 of their best ball carriers.
So Campos will tee it up at the 35 and do it again.
Looks like he's going to go with that same kick, angling himself that direction, trying to find that soft spot between the 30 and 40-yard line. BG going to move up, so their player's about 5 yards.
Yeah, the up men do move up, and this ball also going toward the sideline. It's a live ball, and it's fielded, and it's at the 40, and a good thing that BG player grabbed it.
And that was a risky move there by the returning player. He looked like he was going to try and let it bounce out of bounds, but the same thing that we saw on the other end, that ball just hit and went straight up.
Exactly. It was not going to go out of bounds. But you didn't know that until it bounced the one time. 20.9 seconds to go for Sam Raitt and the BG offense. They've scored quickly tonight, but this might be asking too much with only 20 seconds to work with.
Don't think they can. No, I don't. You know, North will keep most of their best athletes back.
So they've got Giletto and Hisco on the field, and they're both the outside receivers. That's going to be about their only chance.
I don't know if they have enough defenders over here for these two guys. They look kind of like light on the defensive side here. Elliott rolling out, throws it. Giletto's going to let it drop.
And Raitt rolling to his left.
Yeah.
An interesting call there. I thought they would look more on a downfield route, but they were just trying to get the ball near midfield with Giletto.
That took 5 seconds off the clock, so.
They got to take a shot here.
Yeah, they
in
do.
one way or another. They can't have a similar play like that. You can't go for 10 or 15 yards here. You got to get down and get the ball and spike it.
Yeah, basically you got to throw it as far as you can and hope they catch it.
And you have to have 2 play calls ready to go. If the ball is completed and the player cannot get out of bounds, you have to get up there, either spike it or have another play call towards the end zone ready to go.
So BG's got trips left. Straight drop. Raitt is going to throw it. He's hit after the throw and getting out of bounds after the catch, but that was Willette.
Hisco on the catch.
Hisco, excuse me. And it's not the catch you were looking for.
I mean, it took 4 seconds off the clock, so theoretically, if they can get something similar, get another 15 yards inside the 40-yard line, you'd have an easier shot
at the end zone.
We'll see. And again, Raitt doesn't know the play call. The 3rd or 4th time that's happened tonight. Now he gets it. I mean, you got to know the general concept of the play. You're looking down the field through the air.
Sam Raitt in the shotgun, rolling to his left. He's going to run it. And he gets out of bounds, but there's only 3 seconds remaining. I guess they're setting up a end zone heave.
I mean, he's going to gain about 2 or 3 yards on that play, so it comes down to this one play.
Maybe that was by design. He wants to throw it in the end zone, and he knows his range of his arm, and now he can reach it.
I mean, the difference between 3 yards and
I know, really. Yeah.
I think he was looking to exploit a soft spot in the flat and gain about 10 or 15, but now, like we've been saying, it comes down to this one play.
One play left, we believe. And it's going to be a timeout by North. They used that last time out.
I think that's a good call here. You get your guys in position. You get the right guys on the field in the right spots. Like Tom said, you get your best players deep, and you make sure, hey, nobody gets behind us. If you're Harris, if you're Nichols, the guys that have been back deep in coverage, you want them standing at the 20-yard line or even farther back. You know that that's where they're going to be heading. I don't think we're going to see a hook and ladder or anything that type of play, because North has been able to tackle underneath on a lot of these passes. There really has not been a lot of yards after the catch on these passes over the middle. For BG, when they've been getting these long pass plays, it's because their receiver beats the defender deep.
Win or lose, Sam Raitt, the quarterback of BG, has had a tremendous football game tonight. It's been a treat to watch it and to call it here on NashuaETV. 3 seconds remain, 3.5, 49-45. North is out on top in what has been a thrilling contest, an offensive slugfest. Raitt will have one more shot here at least to throw it down the field, hope for a penalty or a Hail Mary reception.
Here we go, John. We know what's coming.
Yeah. Raitt under pressure, stiff arms, and he's going to be tackled for a game-ending play. Number 20?
That was Donovan LeBate, number 29, the
wow,
sophomore.
29.
He's made a couple of big plays defensively. That one bigger than all of them.
Donovan LeBate, great job for the game-ending sack of Sam Elliott. What a ball game. Sam Raitt, the quarterback. He's still my nominee for player of the game, but I guess we got to give it to Mike Lovelace. Who knows?
Sure. Those 2 drives at the end were phenomenal. They went down, scored the touchdown to get them close. They had 54 seconds to go, half the field with one timeout. they didn't need it. Mike Montminy is my reserve MVP of the game. Yeah, because he had a couple of big plays at big times, and that touchdown catch, that's the biggest catch of his career so far.
Brian Montminy, terrific game. And, of course, Mike Lovelace gets the job done. A tremendous game by Mike Lovelace, the North quarterback. And what an adrenaline rush this one was.
How about it?
Yes. 49-45, North defeats Bishop Guertin. The Cardinals did themselves proud here tonight on NashuaETV. For Matt Neverett and Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, and our executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching and saying good night from Stellos Stadium, everybody.